speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck.
Yeah!
He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second-guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jeff Traylor Stadium, the home of the Gilmer Buckeyes, where your Buckeyes tonight host the Kilgore Bulldogs in Week 2 of this young season. I'm Todd Robinson, your host of tonight's pregame show. And folks, we got a good one here tonight, as we talked about last week, as the Gilmer Buckeyes came out victorious against the number 3 ranked team in Division I 4A, the Chapel Hill Bulldogs, with a 51, surprisingly, to 25 victory behind 7 turnovers that the Buckeyes forced from Chapel Hill and really handled Chapel Hill. The Bulldogs, on the other hand, from Kilgore, really got it handed to them last week by the Carthage Bulldogs in Carthage. So Kilgore comes in here 0-1. The Buckeyes come in here 1-0. But Jeff, as we get ready to have the national anthem, we'll talk more about the fact that you can throw records out the window, because this is going to be a tough, hard-fought Beast Texas football game here tonight. And the Buckeyes, punching once again above their weight class, will have all they can handle with these Kilgore Bulldogs. We'll pitch it to the Sweepstakes Award-winning Buckeye Band for the national anthem.
And now the national anthem.
The heart and soul of the Buckeye defense, Black Flag, Braylon Ward. Number 3, the tackling machine, Amaro Arona, playing at linebacker. Then we have number 6 for the Buckeyes, Michael Colbert, senior. And number 2, Kendall Jackson, KJ, that plays outside linebacker. So, Jeff Frash, as we get ready for these captains to come on the field tonight, we talked about last week how the Gilmer Buckeyes and Coach Alan Metzel just aren't scared of anything, because they scheduled their pre-district competition 4 straight games of punching way above their weight class, starting out with a top-ranked Chapel Hill team that really feels like they're going to go get a state championship in Division I this year. Kilgore, who is in that same district of doom. Then we'll have Paris, who is a 5A school here next week, before we finally go on the road to clean things up before we have 2 weeks off and begin district play with Pleasant Grove. So the Buckeyes really in Chapter 2 of this preseason. Chapter 1 started out pretty good last week. The Buckeyes would love to pick up right here where they left off against Chapel Hill.
Well, there's no question, and again, they're going to have a hard-fought battle here tonight as they line up against the Kilgore Bulldogs. And I want to point something out we talked about in the coaches show this last year. I'm going to turn my mic on first, so I'll say all that again. We first of all, let me just say I'm glad to be back in an area where we have Wi-Fi. We were in a vortex last week, sitting in the stadium there in Chapel Hill. No Wi-Fi, no cell phone signal. We were doing everything we could to get the game broadcast, but if you got no signal, no way to get out. But to point out what you were saying, Todd, you're exactly right. These first 4 games are big schools. We got a 5A school, we got Division I schools. They're all big, they're all physical, they're all well coached. They all have more students than we have to choose from. And so Alan wants to get ready for district play and then the playoffs, so he's scheduled some big teams in front of us. I'm going to say something here. Last week we played against a Division I ranked 3rd team in Chapel Hill. Got a lot of talent. They couldn't put the game together very well, but they're a very good team. This Kilgore Bulldog, I think they're ranked, or they were last week, number 8, somewhere in that range.
In Division I.
In Division I, again, a bigger school. They got hammered pretty good by Carthage, but who doesn't, right? But here's what you need to understand. Just because we beat Chapel Hill last week, it was ranked 3rd, and these guys are number 8. Don't let your guard down and think, well, then we'll, mathematically that means we're going to beat these guys. Each team matches up differently, and it depends on the matchup. I've seen a lot of football where one team that could be another could be easily beaten by yet another. So it really just depends on game strategy, how the players line up in key positions against. We have a young quarterback. Let's say they've got just one incredible rusher. Well, that's going to put a lot of pressure on him. That can change the momentum of the game, for example. So
you saw it right here from the opening coin flip where the Buckeyes win the coin flip, and Coach Metzels elects to receive. That's not something that he did any last year. But right now, he understands that the way you have this young quarterback is you get behind the big seniors, number 9, Ashton Haynes, who really carried the load last week. 145 yards on 10 carries. That's 14 and a half yards a carry, if you can do that math. But more importantly, he got the first downs and kept the chains moving and kept the pressure off of young Caden Tennyson, who did a really outstanding job in his first start. But we wasn't asked to win the game. He wasn't asked to do too much. And that's what Coach Metzel wants to do. I think that's why you see him elect to receive here. Back deep for the Buckeyes, number 17, the TCU-bound Rowan Fluellen, all-state selection 2 years in a row. And number 10 is back there. That's Amari Hamilton, the 2 speedsters up front. So let's get this kicked off and see where the night leads.
All right, here's the kickoff. It is a short pooch kick fielded on the 30-yard line. Won't be returned for about a 10-yard return. So Buckeyes looking at really good field position right off the bat. First and 10 on the 40. This happened a lot last week where we kept getting really good field position. Brennan Webb on the return there for the Buckeyes. So here comes the offensive unit led by the young sophomore Caden Tennyson, who just did an outstanding job last week, staying poised in the pocket. Let's see if he can do that again this week against the Carthage Bulldogs. Buckeyes come out 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and 1 back in the backfield. From the shotgun, here's the opening snap. Long count, and we've got a flag on the play, which means Buckeyes probably move. So we're trying to get them on a long snap count right from the start. Buckeyes didn't have a lot of illegal procedure penalties last week. You always expect those in the beginning, opening 2 or 3 games. I think we only had 3 maybe last week, but we're going to open this game with 1, and hopefully that'll be the only one.
And that's Kendall Jackson is the up back right now. And notice 22, the speedster, Will Henderson, is in there.
All right, crossing route, pass complete across midfield to number 17, Roe Fluellen, out across midfield, past the 50 to the 49 of the Bulldogs.
First down on the first play from 1st and 15. That's a strike from Caden Tennyson to Jeff. That's exactly where the Carthage Bulldogs ate Kilgore up last week with that exact play.
Well, don't think they didn't have a scout team there and watching film. They know. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper. And look at that great defensive play by the defensive end or corner of Kilgore to get off of his block and square up with Tennyson. He had nowhere to go. That's going to be a loss of 4 yards, bring up 2nd and 14 for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, they slanted right to that play. That's the linebacker crashing in. He's unaccounted for from the weak side, but 2nd and 15 was pretty good to the Buckeyes the last series, Jeff. Let's see what happens here.
All right, we got trips to the right. They're going to do a quick pass, and what a great defensive job once again by the Bulldogs to break it up. They anticipated that play, and he didn't hesitate a bit. He stepped right out of the backfield and broke that up. Luckily, didn't pick it off and take it to the house for 6. So Carthage looking really good defensively.
You mean
Kilgore. They look like Carthage from here.
Same Bulldogs, same color, but let's hope they don't look too much like Carthage tonight. 3rd down and 14. Big down here for the Buckeyes.
All right, here we go. High snap. Get Tennyson under heavy pressure. Rolls to his right. Throws a bomb downfield. And it's going to be just overthrown. That it was intended to Cade Bowman, and Cade pulls up, and the ball just kept going. Yeah, so that is going to bring up 4th and 14 for the Buckeyes.
Now, Cade's the hot route there, and he's just got to keep running. He just underestimated how far his own quarterback could throw the ball there and stopped, and Caden threw it over his head. But you could tell that these Kilgore Bulldogs, coached by the former defensive coordinator for Pleasant Grove that has seen the Buckeyes a time or two, and their soft corners against Carthage on film last week have just now been fixed because you saw in those last 2 plays trying to get it to Will Henderson and then trying to get it outside. They brought pressure and forcing the Buckeyes to punt here early on.
All right, low snap, but Mero Arona able to get off a really good punt and takes kind of a neutral bounce as it bounces laterally across the field. But a good punt by Arona as he gets the ball down to the 15-yard line. So Kilgore is going to have their opportunity now with their first offensive possession. Let's see what the Gilmer Buckeye defense, which did an outstanding job last week, let's see if they can shut down the Kilgore Bulldogs. And, you know, Bulldogs, the red and white, and their town starts with a K. It's going to throw me off all night, I guarantee it.
Well, let's hope that it's a while between Bulldog teams that wear red and white for these Buckeyes. Let's see what the black flag that forced 7 turnovers against the Chapel Hill Bulldogs do here tonight.
All right, let's see what Kilgore's got in store. From the shotgun, here's the snap. Handoff around the right side. Trying to get outside to the corner. Buckeyes all over him. And they're going to bring him down.
Great penetration there.
That was
by the big number
Aaron
0.
Bell.
Eric Bell, who had a big interception last week. That's going to stop it basically for no gain. And that's number 21, Isaiah Ross, the speedster, and he is the workhorse for this Kilgore Bulldog offense. That puts Kilgore inside their own 20 at 2nd and 9. That is a great first play for this black flag.
Yeah, Buckeyes do a good job keeping them to a gain of 1. So 2nd and 9. Kilgore just looks large.
They are
It
big.
looks like they sent the Rangers,
Instead of the
not the
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. They're a big team. So they are going to send one receiver wide to the left, one to the right, and everybody else in tight, man in motion. Quarterback under center, and he fumbles, and that's going to be a wasted down and a loss of 3 yards as they just can't get the snap.
Big opportunity here for the Buckeyes, and let me tell you something, Jeff. The quarterback number 5 for the Kilgore Bulldogs is Demarion Van Zandt. He's a senior. He's a big boy, and he can flat sling it, Jeff. He can throw the football, so do not doubt the fact that Kilgore is only a one-dimensional running team, much like we saw last week in Chapel Hill. He is an athlete, and he can pull it down and run, not quite like the Chapel Hill quarterback did last week, but he can absolutely throw the football.
All right, we're fixing to see him throw it now at 3rd and 13. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Pass. Pass is complete. Breaks one tackle. Picks up the first down downfield. Gets close to the 40-yard line. And big first down there by Kilgore, who does a good job of getting off a would-be tackle.
And that's just one-on-one with the corner, expecting the Buckeyes to make the tackle, and he didn't get help out there. And it was just a pitch and catch, make a move and go, use your speed to get a first down. Kilgore gets out of a deep hole and gives them 1st and 10 from their own 37.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 37. Quarterback's going back under center where he fumbled earlier. Sends a man in motion. Tight package. Quarterback's got the ball. Hands off to the tailback between the tackles on the left side, and he runs for 10 yards and a first down.
Yeah, they just got a block. That's called seal and kick out. Number 55, the offensive lineman for the Kilgore Bulldogs there. That's Colby Grimes, the senior. He's undersized, but boy, did he do a great job getting that block pulling. And sprung number 21. All he needs, 21, is Isaiah Ross. He's quick, like we talked about. All he needs is a seam, and he's suddenly into the secondary for a 2nd consecutive first down play for Kilgore. We now have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 48. They have successfully climbed out of the hole here, Jeff.
Quarterback goes back into the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Man goes in motion to the right side. Handoff up the middle, 21. And he is going to be hit pretty quick after crossing the line of scrimmage. Buckeyes are going to hold him to a gain of about 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, they're leaning on big number 44, Braylon Ward, on the inside. They're either trapping him down or kicking him out, one of the two, but they're trying to double team him every play, Jeff, and neutralize the big 44. They watched film last week, too, and how many plays he made against the Chapel Hill Bulldogs. Kilgore, they got film on the Buckeyes, too.
All right, quarterback's back in the shotgun. Buckeyes showing blitz. Handoff to the right side. 21 finds a gap. Gets a big run out across the 45-yard line of the Buckeyes. And that is going to be shy of a first down. It's going to be about 3rd and 3.
Huge 3rd down play right here, Jeff. If we can get a negative play here, we may force Kilgore to punt. And 7:53 left here in this first quarter as the Buckeyes pick up 1 first down and then get turned over on downs as the Kilgore secondary gets tested and stands up. Now it's the Buckeye secondary that's going to get tested. 3rd down and 4. Watch the draw play right here, Jeff.
All right, we got one back in the backfield. Quarterback's in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to pass on his right side. Got a man open. Nice pass, nice catch. Aaron Bell brings him down, but that's going to be a Kilgore first down. And Kilgore continually marching down the field.
And like I told you, he can throw the ball. That's number 5, Demarion Van Zant, is he just waits and waits and waits. The Buckeyes were in bump and run coverage, and it took a few seconds for the receiver to clear. He had good protection, Jeff, but more importantly, he had poise and just stood there in the pocket until his receiver cleared, and he just threw a laser beam on that slant route. Gives Kilgore 1st and 10 inside the Buckeye 40 at the 38.
All right, 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. Quarterback's in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle, right over the center. And he's just following that big corn-fed line he's got up there, and he's going to be good for about 3 yards on that carry.
Yeah, his left tackle, number 67, is a big drink of water right there for the Kilgore Bulldogs. That's Braden Nelson, just a junior, and he'll even grow some more. And that's kind of a scary thing is you look up there and those guys in white jerseys, and Alan told us that in the coaching show last week. They're big and tough and physical, and right now they're kind of winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. Braylon Ward and these Buckeyes need to bow their necks here on 2nd down and about 7 and create a negative play.
All right, quarterback's in the shotgun, tailback behind him. Handoff once again, number 21 up the middle. And Buckeyes hit him after a gain of about 1, push him back. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 5. Do we have a flag on the play?
I'm not sure. That's Caden Bowman somehow that got over onto the track. And all of a sudden, all these Kilgore guys ran over there. And I'm not sure what the call is going to be, but we did have a flag thrown that's going to make an impact on this play. That was a great play from the Buckeyes to shut them really down to about a 2-yard gain. It would have been 3rd and 5. But now we've got a penalty flag that's going to play a role here. Referees are kind of having a huddle down there at the 30-yard line, see what's going on. I guess Caden Bowman got blocked out of bounds, and I think the Kilgore player continued to block him all the way onto the track. So we will see what the call is here.
Yeah, that was a little weird. Cade all of a sudden came out of the, looked like he jumped out of the stands or something.
Looked like he jumped
over
out
there.
of the band is what it looked like. And I think that is going to be against Kilgore.
Yeah, and they're showing, I'm not sure they went back to their 2nd down markers, what they did. It's showing 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that's against Kilgore, backing them up 15
yards.
yards.
Yeah.
Jeff, here's the key. Was that after the play or during the play? Because if it's after the play, it's now 3rd down and 21. If it's during the play, which it looks like it's going to be 2nd down and 21. Backs them all the way up to midfield.
They changed it to 3rd.
They did change it to 3rd down. So that's a key thing is that he
So
threw
evidently
the flag
they blew the whistle
and
that activity continued after the fact.
That is a huge break right here for the Buckeyes on 3rd down and 21.
Yeah.
Like we say, Jeff, Van Zant can throw the football here. It's going to be up this Buckeye secondary to get a stop right here.
3rd and 21, 3rd and 22. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Here's the snap, looking to pass. Short pass, number 1, incomplete. It was thrown a little behind him, and he kept trying to run before he had a catch. So now Kilgore, after a couple of first downs, are going to be forced to punt to the Buckeyes on a 15-yard penalty.
So we pretty much start over here. 5:36 left in the first quarter. Buckeyes receive the kick, make a first down, and then turn it over on downs. And now Kilgore takes the punt, makes a couple of first downs, key costly penalty, and now they're going to punt to the dangerous number 17, Ro Fluellen, back there to return. Let's see if the Buckeyes, who got a special teams touchdown last week, Jeff, can do it again here.
All right, that's a nice clean snap. Punter gets off a really good punt, and it's going to hit the ball, and Rowan grabs it at the last minute. He was act like he was backing away from it, and then it just bounces right in his arm, so he takes it out to the 20. Had he let it go, it might have got to the end zone.
I don't know if he could get out of the way.
Yeah, I think it was just like, I have no choice.
It just bounced into my belly. I got to grab it and run. Does a great job in getting the Buckeyes decent field position at their 18, but that could have been ugly, Jeff. That's just Ro Fluellen being a football player.
Yeah, looks like they're going to spot it on about the 17 or 18-yard line. So Buckeyes 1st and 10. We'll call it from the 18-yard line. Send 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Alone in the shotgun. Quick pass, number 22, the speedster, Will Henderson. And that is going to be good for some short yardage, about 5 yards.
That's a nice play there by Caden Tennyson, just taking what the defense gives him. They went 5 wide there, empty backfield, and Will just clears out and takes that. Luckily, the defensive back got on Will before he got out of the starting blocks, because if he gets loose, see ya.
Yeah, I think he picked up 6 maybe, so we're going to call that 2nd and 4. Buckeyes going to send 2 receivers left, 2 right. 1 man in the slot. Will Henderson coming across the right side, and they sniff that out. They are not going to let him get outside. They drop him for a loss of about a yard. So now it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Buckeyes.
Well, 3rd and manageable after that first down, and it looked like the defensive end there, number 2, just stepped across the line of scrimmage and pinched down, and he gave Will a little crease, and Will tried to get through it, but he grabbed him before he started. Let's see if the Buckeyes have a slant route in store here to pick up this first down, 3rd and 5. Look for number 7 on this. That is Tarek Tate. It's out 1-on-1 wide, Jeff.
All right, from the shotgun, here's the snap. They're going to hand it off this time around the left side to Webb. Webb nearly fumbles and able to hold on to it. Ball is loose on the ground. Depends on if they call that dead. I think they're going to call it knee down. He's dead.
Yeah, they spotted that from the line judge's side.
Yeah, he's saying it's down. That's a pretty lucky break there. Runner was down, so that's Buckeye ball. They get a little momentum, but it is still going to be shy of the first down, which is going to bring up, I believe, 4th down. 4th and about, we'll say, a long 2, maybe a short 3. So the Buckeyes are going to be forced to punt probably again, since the ball's only on the 25-yard line. So Arona goes back to his punting position. And they're going to elect to kick. Now, Kilgore, interestingly enough, now they're sending somebody back. Good clean snap. Arona gets a nice roller and gets it across midfield out to about the 42-yard line. So good field position here for Kilgore. So they're going to have another opportunity.
Yeah, Jeff, and that's one of those that Coach Metzel, obviously on 3rd down there, just decided to run that sweep to the wide side of the field to a sophomore, young Brennan Webb. And Brennan did bobble that ball. It looked like he had a problem with his finger coming off the field, but his knee was down before that ball popped out. But nevertheless, Kilgore really got the Buckeyes right where they want them after a first quarter. Scoreless game, 3:28 left in the first quarter. Great field position from their own 42. 1st and 10, Kilgore.
Kilgore sends 2 receivers wide right, 1 left. Quarterback's in the shotgun with 1 back. Hands off to the back up the middle. And he somehow or another I don't know how he does it. He goes into a crowd of humanity and pops out the other side. That one was good for 9 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Yeah, he runs hard, Jeff. Again, that's the workhorse, number 21 for the Kilgore Bulldogs, and he just keeps grinding and keeps grinding and keeps grinding, keeps those legs moving. He's only 5'10", but he's very explosive. He runs about a 4.5 40, and he hits the crease, and he does not go down on first contact. He just keeps his legs moving, and the Buckeyes going to have to wrap him up. 2nd down and 1 inside Buckeye territory now with 2:50 left in this.
And what's crazy is they're running right up the gut, right at Braylon Ward.
Exactly.
As
they're
nose
picking
guard.
on him right now.
They are running at him and double teaming him, so we'll see how that ends up for him throughout the night. Fumble on the play. Quarterback's forced to fall on it. That is going to be an 8-yard loss and maybe another penalty as Kilgore displaying some unsportsmanlike conduct, it looks like, on the field.
Yeah, that should have been a flag. That was number 79 for Kilgore, really driving Braylon Ward into the ground 3-4 seconds after the quarterback fell. But I think the difference is nobody blew a whistle, Jeff. This is also a young season for the referees. Nobody blew the whistle, so the Kilgore player was saying, you didn't blow the whistle, I'm playing.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 now.
Big break for the Buckeyes there.
Big break for the Buckeyes. That was a 9-yard loss. And so that's going to force Kilgore to probably throw the ball again.
Well,
Remember, the Buckeyes pulled down 4 interceptions last week.
7 total turnovers, Jeff, and they need one right here. This would be huge.
All right, from the shotgun, here's the snap. Looking to pass, long pass. Dumps one out to the flat, and he breaks 2 Buckeyes would-be tacklers and gets the first down incredibly.
Yeah, to Eric Tate and number 25 for the Gilmer Buckeyes, literally met at the ball carrier, but nobody tackled him. They just ran into each other. That's Jamar Bird. That is just a pass and catch about 8 yards down the field, and he still needed about 2 yards for a first down. But to Eric and Mr. Bird just ran into each other. And the receiver ducked down, and the safety in the corner there run into each other, and now Kilgore's got a first down at the Buckeye 36, right back down to where they started, and this Buckeye black flag defense has been on the field a whole lot here in the first quarter.
All right, tight package, 2 backs in the backfield, quarterback's under center this time. Hands off to the tailback. He's got tons of room around the left side. Nobody there, and finally forced out of bounds around the 15-yard line. That was just a power eye. If you remember, go back to the 80s, the old power eye. That was just a quarterback under center and a sweep to the left side. We were all sucked in really tight. There was nobody, no corner outside to pick him up, and he's got wheels and made a big run there for Kilgore.
Down to the 15. That's Arona, number 3, the linebacker on the outside that's got contained. But like you said, Jeff, he got caught up inside the tackle, and once the linebacker gets caught up inside and you bounce that to the outside with a speedy back, there's nobody to stop you.
2 receivers wide to the right. They're shifting power to the right side, 1 back in the backfield. Handoff up the middle.
Look out, here
he bounces
again.
out to the left side, hit it to the house. Touchdown, Kilgore.
Yeah, that's just exactly the exact same thing that happened before. That's Kendall Jackson there on the weak side. When that happens and the linebacker gets caught up inside, you can bounce outside and there's nobody home as the Kilgore Bulldogs draw first blood. 51 seconds left here in the first quarter, and a couple of miscues by the black flag defense, and Kilgore is on the board. As you said at the top of the show, Jeff, and last week doesn't matter. This was going to be a battle royale from the beginning, and Kilgore showing that they are not going to come in here and lay down for the Buckeyes after last week against Carthage, and they draw first blood. Extra point left to come.
All right, here's the snap. Kick is up, and looks like it is good. So Kilgore on the board first, 7-0, and this is what we saw last week down there, so don't be too alarmed. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We're conveniently located on Highway 271 and Rebud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all the teachers, administrators, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We'd also like to wish all the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
Back to the action here at Jeff Traylor Stadium in Gilmer, where your Buckeyes, with 51 seconds left in the first quarter, trail the Kilgore Bulldogs 7-0 with a really good drive where the running back, number 21, Ross, for the Kilgore Bulldogs, breaks a couple of outside runs where there is nobody left to contain to the left side and picks up really 51 yards rushing on 2 carries, Jeff, for a touchdown, and draw first blood here against the Buckeyes. Kilgore will kick off for the second time here tonight, and it will be the Buckeyes number 10, Hamilton, and number 17, Roe Llewellyn Deep. Upbacks are 15, Webb, and number 7, Tarek Tate.
All right, here comes the kickoff by Kilgore. It was a high pooch kick, the first kickoff, and it is going to be another one fielded again, this time on the 26-yard line. And Webb, once again, will be drugged down immediately. They're kicking that ball nice and high to give plenty of time to the kick team to get down there to them. So Buckeyes are going to start over in not bad field position.
Kilgore, Jeff, had 5 first downs, 11 rushes for 64 yards, 4 passes, 3 of 4 for 49 yards so far here in this first quarter tonight. The Buckeyes, 0 first downs. One first down. And they've got -3 yards rushing and 18 yards passing. But really, they've not had the ball a whole lot.
Just not got started yet. We're literally kind of just getting going. High snap. Quarterback pulls it down, looking to run, and they are all over him. He wisely throws it away. But, man, they are really watching that corner in a big way.
Yeah, they're basically saying we're going to make your young sophomore beat us down the field. As Caden really saves himself about 7 yards, a lot of poise on that play to throw it away when he's really kind of on his way down. But number 2 is just going to the strong side, and he is wreaking havoc out there from that extra linebacker position. They're really daring the Buckeyes to throw the ball down the field right here, Jeff.
All right, 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left.
Count the white jerseys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're playing tight. They're going to make him throw downfield.
There it
Tate
is.
launches one down the sideline, and that was intended for Tate, and that was thrown into double coverage as the safety, the free safety, gets over there quick. And we're lucky that's not an interception. You know, that's Tate's one of those players that you feel like if you throw the ball up, 50% of the time he's going to come down with it. And they just decided to go for it right off the bat because Kilgore is playing so tight to the line, they're going to maybe start trying to string them out a little bit.
They have to, Jeff. They're being dared to throw the ball down the field. Now you put to Eric and Rowe on the same side and let them play a little space game out front. Let's see if the ball doesn't go here to the wide side of the field.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Out of the backfield motion. Caden running for it to the right side. Runs right into a tackler who drops him for a 3-yard loss. And that is 4th and 13 for the Buckeyes as this Kilgore defense looking pretty outstanding at this point.
Yeah, they've scouted up Gilmer. There's no question about it. That wide side of the field, we ran a back Will Henderson out to the right-hand side. But what winds up happening is Caden's looking back to his left, and then when he tries to escape to his right, he runs literally right into number 11, who is trying to get contained. And the Buckeyes once again have 4th down. This is a 3 and out where Arona's going to have to punt. We've got end of quarter. 7-0 Carthage leads. They're going to get the ball back here to start the second quarter, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve, with the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small. From business financing for big companies and small mom and pops to our family of personal banking customers. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better. And we think that's kind of a big deal.
Back to the action here as the second quarter gets underway, and the Buckeyes will punt from their own 26-yard line to start the second quarter and presumably give Kilgore a really good starting field position again. They took the good starting field position from their own 41-yard line on the last drive. Jeff just kind of ran for 61 yards right down the field behind number 21 Ross and bouncing it outside. And so Noah
ate up the whole first quarter doing it.
Totally, and that really limiting the plays. The Buckeye offense, to your point, has not got going, and the defense has been on the field most of the first quarter. But they're going to have to figure out a way to get the ball back and flip the field here and get some momentum. See if they do it on special teams.
All right, we got a bad snap. Arona picks it up, gets off the punt anyway. Ball takes a Buckeye bounce. Going to be a nice bounce all the way down to about the 34-yard line. And folks, in case you're wondering why you haven't heard the name Ashton Haynes up the middle tonight, Ashton is not dressed out. He's on the sidelines and not in this game tonight. So,
well, I would rather Ashton be healthy for district than not playing tonight. I'll take that, but I don't know what the issue is. He may have just something tweaked from last week or from this week in practice. But the Buckeyes have to find a way without him. Next man up mentality. And for right now, it's the Buckeye black flag that's got to stand up here. Kilgore's had their way in the first half, especially controlling the line of scrimmage up front, double teaming Big Braylon Ward, number 44, and really keeping him out of the game, and giving number 5 time enough to pass to keep the Buckeyes honest, and enough pressure to get the big running back Ross going. Let's see what Kilgore does here.
All right, handoff up the middle, big hole, but the Buckeyes close it quickly. That's going to be a gain of about a yard.
Maybe.
As they ran right up the center. And
yeah, Braylon.
There was a hole there, but boy, they closed it down quick.
Yeah, Braylon got off his double team real quick, like in number 5 for the Buckeyes. That is Seth Jordan, the other defensive end, just really pinched down hard as they were coming in opposite directions for the first time tonight and met at the ball carrier. 2nd and 9, great start here for the second quarter for the Black Flag defense. They got to find a way to get the ball back for this Buckeye offense and get rolling, get back even, and make this back to a 0-0 game.
All right, here comes the snap. Quarterback drops back for Kilgore. He decides to run up the middle, and he is going to be tackled there by number 2.
KJ, that's Kendall Jackson.
That's Kendall Jackson.
Maybe picks up 5, brings up 3rd down and 4.
Not a bad decision there to pull that down.
The Buckeyes blitz, and Kendall is one-on-one with the big quarterback, and that's a big boy, as KJ just found out, but he made a good open field tackle and creates a 3rd down and 4. The Black Flag needs to find a way to get off the field right here, Jeff.
3rd and 4, ball spotted on the 40-yard line of Kilgore.
Watch this little hitch route out to the flats. Number 4 will find a way to turn around right beyond the sticks.
3 receivers, wide to the right, 1 to the left. Looking to pass. They dump a quick route, and he drops it.
And
Number 4, and that would have been an easy first down, plus a lot. And luckily, it just falls right off the fingertips. 4th and 4, and it looks like they're going to punt. That was a lucky break for the Buckeyes.
It was, and I'll take it as the Buckeye Black Flag manages to get off the field. And Fluellen will go back probably to his own 25-yard line and probably have a good chance to get a good return off of this punt. 10-15 left in this first half, and the Buckeyes finally get a little bit of a break here as they take reception of the football, and so they're down 2 serves, so to speak, here as the U.S. Open goes on in New York. And let's see what Rowe does with this punt.
All right, punter gets off a pretty good punt there, and it's going to bounce and stop around the Buckeye 33-yard line, we'll say. So Buckeyes are going to take over in fairly good field position. Let's see if they can finally get some momentum going. So far tonight, this Kilgore defense have been pretty stingy. They've not allowed anything around the right or left side, and we haven't really tried them up the middle that much with Ashton not dressed out.
And those big tackles, that's not where you want to attack Kilgore, but boy, have they come a long way in a week, Jeff, from that Carthage game where these corners played so soft. And most importantly, those outside linebackers, number 2 and number 11, are really pinching hard. But the Buckeyes got a great coaching staff. Let's see if they spread Kilgore out and try to create some space.
Handoff up the middle, 22. Will Henderson ducks his head and kind of springs out at the last minute. I don't know if they're going to say he's down.
No, they're going to give him.
Did they say he popped out of there?
5 yards.
Yeah, they gave him a 5-yard carry there by Will.
That's a good impersonation of Ashton Haynes right there for Will. I'll take it.
Yeah.
2nd and 4 for the Buckeyes after that good first down run by Will.
All right, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back. Rolling to his right side, Caden Tennyson looking to pass, looking downfield, launches one downfield. It is caught by Rowan Fluellen, and what a catch it was!
Wow.
All the way down to the Kilgore 25-yard line. I was afraid that was a pick because the defender was in a perfect spot.
That was a pick. 17 picked it.
Yeah.
Because the defensive back was open and had a beat on that ball, and Rowe just went right over the top of him.
That is not untrue. That was just a great catch by Rowan Fluellen. Let your athletes play the game. Handoff, 22 around the left side. Got a little bit of room, and he's going to run out of bounds after a gain of about 4.
Another positive play is the Buckeye offense behind the talent and hands of Rowe Fluellen. Find a way to get deep penetration.
How about that pass by Caden on the
run?
Not bad.
Almost looked like the normal number 11. Almost.
Well, he is the normal number 11. That is his spot now. He's earned it. So let's see what he can do here on 2nd and 6. Gonna pass it to the end zone. Throws it high. Touchdown.
to Eric Tate.
No flags on the play. I was worried he might have pushed off, but Cade just throws up a nice floater to the end zone. Tarek Tate goes up and gets it. Buckeyes are on the board.
Well, Jeff, Kilgore's dared the Buckeyes to throw it, and right there, Caden Tennyson took the dare, and he took the Buckeyes straight to the end zone. Extra point left to come. Now, on the JV game, Jeff, last night, a couple of times, the JV scored 2 extra points because Kilgore just didn't have the bodies out there. It looks like they had a little scouting as the extra point is up and good. And this game is tied at 7. 8:59 left in the second quarter. 7-7. We'll be right back after these messages.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
All right, we're back to the action here in Jeff Traylor Stadium, and the Buckeyes scored with 8:59 left to play in the second quarter.
5 plays, Jeff. 3 runs, 2 passes for 65 yards.
High pooch kick for the Buckeyes. Going to be a fair catch on the 30-yard line. And so Kilgore is going to start over with good field position, 1st and 10 from their 30. No turnovers yet in this game. And I say that because I'm trying to call one here.
Yeah, I would love that.
You know, sometimes if you just say things, they happen.
As the Buckeyes got 7 turnovers last week from Chapel Hill, and even in the third quarter, Chapel Hill still had it to a 1-possession game as the Buckeyes just mounted those turnovers in the second half, and 3 big interceptions in that game. Roe Fluellen being responsible for most of that, as right now Roe is out and taking his breather, as number 7, Tarek Tate, that just caught that touchdown, is back in the secondary playing the same position Roe does. But number 21 and number 5 for Kilgore ready to go to work. 1st and 10 from their own 30.
All right, 2 receivers to the short side of the field, 1 to the wide side. Handoff up the middle. 21 breaks free up the middle, bounces out to the left side across midfield. Finally drugged down by number 10 for the Buckeyes. Thank God, at around the 43-yard line. That was a big run, and thank goodness
that's Hamilton.
For Hamilton to drag him down.
Yeah, but he just gets through the line, and Jeff, they're just double teaming on Braylon Ward, and it's blocked down, kick out with the fullback, and once he's to the second level, there's just nobody home for the Buckeyes, as the referee actually threw a good block there for Tarek Tate. And
yeah, number 21 for Kilgore kind of limping off the field, so he's out of the game right now. That's their big running back that they're running behind tonight. Here's the snap, handoff, number 22. And he is going to be dropped for a loss of about a yard.
That's Braylon Ward who got the best of that block then, as Braylon's really getting a
workout.
For sure.
He's getting a workout tonight.
I'm telling you. 2nd and 11 is the right idea with 8 minutes left now in this first half. 7-7 is your score, folks, as Kilgore drew first blood and the Buckeye offense came back and answered behind the arm of Caden Tennyson. And right now they're trying to get a big stop after that big gashing run by 21, who's now gone to the sidelines.
7:45 left to play in the second quarter. Here's Kilgore, the snap, handoff up the middle. Instantly met by the Buckeyes. They're going to drop him. He got maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. So we'll call it a gain of 1. But that's going to be 3rd and 10 now for Kilgore, as the Buckeyes did a good job of swarming there.
Yeah, that's Castillo that's just coming out of the game that crashes from his offside linebacker spot and gets back there and kind of stops number 22 before he gets going, Jeff. But now they're going to a wide set, 3rd and 10. They're going to put the ball in the air right here and test this Buckeye secondary. Let's see if they go to that same kind of a play with the back out of the backfield over to this left-hand side.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Here's the shotgun snap. Short pass across midfield, falls incomplete. Aaron Bell, number 0, jumps across the line of scrimmage, throws that big body and big hands up, and they're just unable to complete that. That's going to bring up 4th and 10. They'll be forced to punt.
But Jeff, this Kilgore Bulldogs team is head coached by Mike Wood, and Mike Wood was the defensive coordinator for the Pleasant Grove Hawks for years and years. And he's had a lot of beatdowns and a couple of successes against these Buckeyes over the years. He is not going to take a chance. He's going to try to pin the Buckeyes deep.
Bad snap, but the punter's able to get it.
Punt.
But it's a terrible punt as it hits around the 29-yard line and bounces out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So that's a big break there by for the Buckeyes, as they had that's a couple of bad snaps tonight for Kilgore, but they were able to get the punt off. Buckeyes take over in decent field position.
6:45 left here in the first half. Plenty of time for a lot more points on the board, especially for this fast break Buckeye offense. But Jeff, having scored on that last possession, especially behind the arm of Caden Tennyson, let's see if the Buckeye offense has a little more confidence here and can attack Kilgore downfield. All 11 Kilgore Bulldogs are within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage, Jeff. And they dared Caden to throw. He did on the last possession and made Kilgore pay. We can go back to serve here.
All right, here's the snap. They're going to throw a short pass, and it is complete. I believe that was Rowan, and he is fighting to try to get something. Maybe got a yard or 2. We're going to say he got a couple.
Yeah, that's the right idea. But Jeff,
2nd and 8.
The Carthage Bulldogs last week were dared to do that, and they did, and all they did was just score, 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 score. Kilgore has tightened up here on these corners, and they did a good job there just to hold Rowan to 2nd down and 8.
All right, we got 2 backs in the backfield, quarterback's in the shotgun. Here's the snap, high snap, handoff up the middle, got room to run, a little bit across the 30. The Buckeyes are going to get 3 yards on that carry. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
There's so many white jerseys down there, Jeff. They got 8 guys in the box. They're playing wide. They're playing man-to-man with number 8 and number 3 on the corners, and they're within 5 yards in the line of scrimmage. Once again, just daring the Buckeyes to go down the field. Let's see what happens here. 3rd and 4. I'm sure whatever Coach Metzel calls is just designed to move the chains here.
The referee gives the Buckeyes an extra yard. We're going to say 3rd and 4 now. 1 back in the backfield, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. Caden rolling to his right side. Unfortunately,
Kevion
overthrows Brinkley.
Kevion was
because
wide
that was
open
a
there.
touchdown.
That
Probably waiting to happen. That was a little screen, and Caden just had to release it before he wanted to, and that is going to bring up 4th and 4, and the Buckeyes are going to have to punt once again. That is terrible, because that would have been probably
Kevion
6 points.
Still running right now.
Yeah.
As Caden just doesn't really have that touch, and that's a hard pass when you're backing up to try to throw over a defensive end.
That's exactly right.
And Caden probably couldn't even see how wide open Kevion was, but he will for film in the morning, and he's going to be sick.
Yeah, he's going to be sick when he watches that one. All right, Buckeyes, number 3, Amara Arona, back to punt, and we got a flag on the play. I have no idea. This is going to be illegal procedure maybe, or is it a delay a game?
Delay a game.
Yep, delay a game. Just didn't get it off in time, so that backs the offense up 5 yards. And so now we're almost back to the original line of scrimmage. And our punter is going to be standing on his own 12.
Kilgore is set to once again have good field position. Amara has really punted the ball well out of that rugby style. He needs to get one off here.
Low snap. And he has plenty of time and does get off a good one. Hits the ground and takes a huge roll. Down to the 15, down to the 10, to the 9, to the 8. What a punt by Amara Arona. And the crowd loves it. They're giving him a big applause.
Flips the field.
Flips the field with his foot.
That is a Will Middlebrooks cut. Now they're coming for pressure to the outside, and Amara recognizes it and just steps to the inside, takes his time, and then he just kicks a laser beam.
I thought he was going to take off running.
66-yard punt. Now, hey, Rowan would have run. Rowan would have run that one.
I'm surprised Amaro didn't.
Amaro's a linebacker at heart.
And Amaro's just a good kid,
he's
too.
He
comes out and works for me every once in a while, and he's a good guy and got off a great punt there. So they have pinned Kilgore back in a very enviable position. The ball's on the 8-yard line. That's hard to dig out of. Let's see what they got for us. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Runs into a mass of humanity, and the Buckeyes are kind of like, nah, we're going to shut that down. That was probably good for about 3 yards. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
My gosh, they gave him 4 yards. I don't think, well, maybe he got out to the 12. That's where they're marking the ball. 4:54 left here in this first half. The Buckeyes need to shut this down right here and get one more possession to go back up to maybe a 14-7 lead here at half. That's really where it should be if you think about possessions back and forth.
Yeah, remember last week it was 35-10, I think.
Yeah, at the half.
Going into half.
After 3 interceptions.
4:36 left to play in this first half. Kilgore on the 12. Here's the snap. Handoff. Right side, 21. Back in the game. Running hard upfield. And he gets out another 4 yards. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
About the 16. And they are really, folks, they are just hammering on that defensive line. And number 44, Braylon Ward, is out now as the Buckeyes, with this heat and everything else. Jeff, we played almost 50 kids last week in terms of playing time, as the Buckeyes will not be beaten in a war of attrition into the 3rd and 4th quarter because they substitute out. The big Braylon Ward is out of the game. Number 32 is in at the nose guard position for the Buckeyes. That is Dustin Morrow.
And quarterback keeper up the middle. And they're going to get the first down on that one, that big offensive line.
And here comes Braylon right back in the game, along with a few more substitutes. As we tick under 4 minutes here, as Kilgore would love to take a tie ball game in at halftime. Let's see if the black flag can force a turnover here and get the ball back for the offense. Or I'm okay if they want to just go score themselves. I'm good with that too. 3:30 now left in this first half. Kilgore taking their sweet time. 1st and 10 now at the Buckeye 19. Excuse me,
Two receivers, wide to the right, one to the left, one back in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff, fakes the handoff, pulls up, overthrown. Ball's going to fall incomplete. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10, stops the clock at 3:12.
That is a break for the Buckeyes right there, Jeff. Stopping the clock, saving them from a timeout, but more importantly, putting them behind the chains. 2nd down and 10. They've run the ball so effectively. They decided they saw something upstairs, and it was open, but unable to connect between the quarterback and number 44, who is the fullback. And they just ran him straight out of his fullback position, straight up the seam, but did not make the connection. That ball had a little heat on it.
All right, one receiver wide left, one wide right. Everybody else in tight. Quarterback's going under center this time with 2nd and 10. Handoff to the tailback. Met in the backfield, dropped for a loss. They're going to lose 2 on that one. They're going to bring up 3rd and 12.
Coach Metzel elected not to use his 3 timeouts here. He's going to use them all. He's going to feels like he can get the ball back here on 3rd down and 13. But don't think Kilgore will not put it in the air as they've run that little stop route and then broken receivers out to pick up a first down. Jeff, this may be the play of the first half right here as we click under 3 minutes left to play. This will be about 2:15 on the clock when they snap this 3rd down and 12. And assuming a pass, the Buckeyes will probably stop the clock here, have 3 timeouts and good field position.
All right, Kilgore taking their time, wanting to run that clock. 2:28. Looking to put the ball in the air. He does, and that's going to fall incomplete.
That is the best thing that could happen right now, Jeff. 2:22 left on the clock.
Yeah, 4th and 12.
Kilgore forced a punt. Rolf Llewellyn's going to go back to about midfield.
Buckeyes should get good field position here.
And 3 timeouts left. Good clock management there by Coach Metzel.
If Buckeyes can get a return here, that'd be fantastic. Rowan certainly capable of getting big yards on a return.
Don't think
and
Coach
this could
Wood
put us into good field position with 3 timeouts left, like you said.
Don't think Coach Wood doesn't know Rolf Llewellyn can take it to the house at any time. Let's see if he tries to punt it away from him.
Hunter is standing on his own 5-yard lines, gets off a good punt.
That's one Rowe can return.
And hits the ball on the 50. Rowan picks it up, headed down the left sideline, bounces out of bounds around the 46, 47. So Buckeyes, good field position. 1st and 10 on the Kilgore 47-yard lines with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left to play in the half. Plenty of time to get a score.
And Jeff, this is execution time here for these young Buckeyes. Without Ashton Haynes here dressed out tonight, it's Will Henderson carrying the load with young sophomore Caden Tennyson, and a really good test here to see if he can lead these Buckeyes 47 yards in 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
3 receivers wide to the right. Pulling up, passing. Number 17, Rowan Fluellen. Shoots the gap, breaks tackles, gets down to the 35.
He's so good, Jeff.
And out of bounds.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He
picks up a first down and gets out of bounds.
He's just, that is just football IQ.
Should have been tackled 2 or 3 times.
No chance. No chance. He's too fast. He keeps his feet underneath him. He's got that knack, and he's maybe one of the most natural football players that we've seen.
Empty backfield. Caden by himself, all 5 receivers going deep. He's launching one for the house. He's got a man open. Number 4, Cade Bowman, touchdown Buckeyes.
What a throw by the sophomore.
And Cade Bowman, who practices that over-the-shoulder catch, I watch him in warm-ups, and I'm like, how does he do it? He just did it again. This time it counted in the end zone.
They sucked 17 on that side. Rowan Fluellen in on that dig route, and that safety bit.
Perfectly thrown ball.
I mean, that was perfectly executed. Unfortunately, we left 1 minute and 57 seconds on the clock.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right, because Kilgore is certainly capable of come out and start slinging the ball. But I'll take the points for sure. All right, kick is up and right down the middle. Buckeyes now take the lead, 14-7 with 1:57 left. We'll be right back.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same, but this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
All right, we're back to the action. Number 84 set to kick off for the Buckeyes. Nice, high, long pooch kick. Fielded on the 21-yard line. Returned up the middle. Buckeyes down there to make the stop. Looking who's getting up there, Braden Rash. And looks like number 13 coming out there for the Buckeyes. Noble.
1:52 left, Jeff. And before our Juicy's halftime show, we'll have a special presentation, review some statistics. We want to recognize one of our new sponsors coming up next week, Salon de Soleil. And Big Jim out there at that nice facility. Let me tell you something, folks. If you want to pamper yourself, head towards Longview and hang a right at the bottom of the hill, and you'll be at Salon de Soleil. And they've got everything you can possibly imagine to make you look good and make you feel good out at Salon de Soleil. We're looking forward to having them on as a sponsor next week.
All right, here's the snap. Pulls up, looking to pass. Goes down the sideline. Going to be intercepted. What a catch. What a catch by number 1, Aaron Bell, Tyson Wilson. Yeah, and that was over the shoulder. We got, looks like a flag on the play.
Tyson spiked the ball after he intercepted it and turned our field position from the 30 into the field position at the 15.
So instead of getting a high five from his coach, he's going to get smacked.
Get a rip.
Yeah.
It's like, great play, but what are you doing? You cost us 15 yards.
What were you thinking? Yeah. I mean, literally, he's like, hero to zero in 0.7 seconds.
Coach Edwards, Tommy in his face down there and telling him, hey, that's a great play, but you have got to keep your head. You're a senior. That is a fantastic play. But now 1:45 puts the Buckeyes 1st and 10 from their own 15. And, Jeff, don't doubt Caden's ability to take them right back down the field. He scored from 40 yards out in one play in the last drive, went from 212 to 157 and put points on the board.
All right, here's the snap. Heavy pressure. He's rolling for his life. Rolling to his right, and he's thrown down. He slings the ball out of the back of the end zone.
And they're calling that
a safety. That's going to be a safety for Kilgore because the ball went out of the end zone as he was being drugged down. So Kilgore is going to get a couple of points.
And they're going to get the ball back. Buckeye fans not happy, but Jeff, that actually is the correct call because Caden was being slung down. He thought he would be able to outrun that defensive end, and when he grabbed a hold of him, he was going to get tackled in the end zone anyway. He had the right idea trying to throw it away, but he threw it as he was being slung down and threw it backwards out of the back of the end zone. That's a backwards pass, and that is a safety. So the Buckeyes are going to have to punt now from their own 30, and with 1:33, instead of them driving down the field in one play, they got points for Kilgore, who will get the ball right back. So it's now 14-9, and that's all caused really by that play by Tyson Wilson of spiking the ball. He makes the interception, which is really like a good punt for Kilgore. Takes us from the 30 down to the 15, and that play right there is what leads to 2 points. Let's hope the bleeding stops there for the Buckeyes, and they can get in at halftime with a 14-9 lead and not worry about that extra 2-point conversion that they just gave the Kilgore Bulldogs.
Yeah, if they were to score on top of that, that would be catastrophic.
Yeah.
Because 2 good moves by the Buckeyes would have backfired on them, which, you know, that's why I love this game. It can change in just a blink of an eye.
Caden, they're also learning.
But I love the game more when it changes for a blink of an eye for us.
Yeah. Caden also learning a valuable lesson there, kind of the hard way as a sophomore. You know those lumps are going to come when you are making you just your second start of your career. And you can outrun those guys when you're a freshman. There's a different story when you're up here.
Kicking off from the 20-yard line. It's a nice, good kick. Fielded on the 32. Coming up the middle. Big hit there in the middle. Looks like that was
13, Jeremiah Noble.
That was and Braden Rash. That was the same 2 guys last play. So they've got great field position. They're going to strike. They got 1:24, and they are going to go for the end zone. You can guarantee it.
A little difference with number 17 lurking back there in the secondary with 3 big picks in his first game. He is the preseason Texas 4A Defensive Player of the Year, and he's going to go play wide receiver at TCU for the Horned Frogs and Coach Malcolm Kelly. And he is lined up back there at the safety position. So they will throw the ball, these Kilgore Bulldogs, at their own peril with Rowe lurking back there in the secondary.
All right, let's see what they've got in store. They drop back, looking to pass, going to go deep. Nope, they end up pulling up and throw a 12-yard strike to the flat, and they catch it for a first down. And so Buckeyes kind of on their heels, 1:15 on the clock. Everybody in the stadium kind of tense, wanting the Buckeyes to go in here with the lead. Here's the snap, drops back, looking to pass, goes long, got a man open, and it is caught on the 14-yard line. They are 15-yard line. They are knocking on the door with a minute left.
Yeah, Mara Hamilton just got turned around there one-on-one from his corner position. And Kilgore takes the timeout with 1 minute left, Jeff, and they're inside the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the Buckeye 15. These last 60 seconds have not gone well for the Buckeyes. They're going to have to stand up and make a stop right here as Kilgore can really create an advantage for themselves. Remember, Jeff, the Buckeyes elected to receive after winning the toss. And before here the Juicy's halftime show begins, we're going to have some drama here these last 60 seconds of this first half. Buckeyes lead 14-9, but Kilgore, after a safety, is knocking on the door once again. 2 big, long passes to receivers who are basically coming back for the ball, and defensive backs for the Buckeyes who don't see the ball and have their backs turned, and that usually gives receivers who may not be open a chance to catch passes. That's what happened so far here. 1st and 10 from the Buckeye 15. Black flag, got to make a stop. Hey, how about a Rowe Fluellen interception return for a touchdown?
Well, there's not a better way to end a half, I'll tell you. Because number 5 is slinging the ball down the field very effectively. And he's going to try it again. Here's the snap. Under pressure. Got good protection. He tries to come back for the ball. They're fighting over it over there. Number 21 for the Buckeyes come up with the ball. I think they're going to say that's a no catch. But that was great defense over there by Darren Hackett.
Number 21 for the Buckeyes playing corner there. And once again, these aren't very well thrown balls by number 5. He's throwing them very low. And all the receivers for Kilgore, the last 3 passes, 2 of them complete, but they've been on the ground when they caught them. 51 seconds now left, 2nd and 10, Jeff. And when you throw the ball and it's incomplete, you wind up stopping the clock. Number 21 back in. Let's see if they try to run a draw play here and catch the Buckeyes back trying to defend the pass.
All right, here's the snap. Buckeyes are coming, going for the end zone. Overthrown. Overthrown. Number 1, Wilson on the defense for the Buckeyes.
Big 3rd down. Now the Kilgore Bulldogs, Jeff, after 2 straight incompletions, are pretty much going to have to throw the ball to get a first down.
Well, they're going for the end zone. 2 more. They got 2 more shots at the end zone. Because they don't care if the Buckeyes get the ball on the 15-yard line. There's only 46 seconds left.
That's exactly right.
So they got 2 strikes at the end zone, and so this is going to take some great effort by the secondary to stay on their blocks.
If you're going to go for it, Jeff, if you're going to go for it, why not run the football right here?
All right, dropping back, looking to pass. He's got time, and that ball's going to fall incomplete.
Tyson Wilson at the last minute comes over from his safety. Tyson thinks he should have intercepted that pass. Well, 41 seconds now. Let's see if they try to kick a field goal.
Yeah, they're bringing the field goal unit on the board. And you know, if they make it, and they probably will, they're on the 15-yard line.
They've stolen 5 points.
They got 5 points they shouldn't have, you know, and it's better than getting 7, but they shouldn't have had the 5. So you hate that, but again, it's the reason I love this game. It just can change in the blink of an eye. Got a left-footed kicker, and he's on the left hash mark. And Buckeyes trying to ice him a little bit. They call a timeout right here at the last minute. They're trying to get in the kicker's head. And they're trying to get the kicker nervous.
Yeah, whatever it takes at this point.
Yeah,
this might be the 3 points on a tight contest tonight, really, between a Kilgore team that's done a really good job recovering, and a lot of the Kilgore coaches, and we know a lot of those Kilgore coaches, and they basically felt like last week in Carthage that everything that could go wrong went wrong for the Bulldogs from Kilgore. And everything
Carthage has a way of making that happen for you.
Yeah, they do. You know, you get lucky a lot when you're really good.
Yeah.
As Carthage is, their quarterback Cuff over there went 22 of 24 on the night, and never threw the ball really past about 10 yards. That's how soft the Kilgore corners were playing. They sure don't have that problem here tonight. The Buckeyes, that was the game plan in the first half. Of course, the Buckeye coaches will make adjustments on both sides of the ball. But right here, it's the special teams preparation. Let's see if the Buckeyes...
I'm really surprised they didn't go for the end zone again, I'll be honest with you. They must have a lot of faith in their kicker. He's on the left hash mark, and he's a left-footed kicker.
Watch your faith.
And so we'll see how this turns out. I don't know how good this young man is, but that's, you know, it's a 32-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up and headed. Looks like it's good. It is
good.
So he does a good job getting some points for his team. And they're going to be kicking off to the Buckeyes with 37 seconds left.
So 14-12. Let's see if the Buckeyes...
This is the longest 2 minutes and 12 seconds in football.
Yeah,
right
it
here.
really is. Let's see if the Buckeyes make an adjustment here. Every kickoff, all 3 of them, including the opening kickoff, have been short kicks to Brendan Webb, the sophomore, number 15. Let's see if the Buckeyes don't decide to put somebody else in that slot and get a return here. The Buckeyes really had it locked in with an interception by Tyson Wilson on the 30-yard line just seconds ago on the clock. And a 14-7 lead looked pretty safe to if not literally giving the Buckeyes time to go in with a 2-score lead. And an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty backed him up to the 15. On the next play, Caden Tennyson is sacked for a safety. And then the kick is returned in a couple of big pass plays, gets the Kilgore Bulldogs into field goal range. And now this is a 14-12, might as well be a 0-0 game with 37 seconds left, Jeff, and the Buckeyes kick off to start the second half.
So Kilgore coming out 37 seconds. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. See if they do the, try to do a deep kick. You would assume they would. But you never know what the strategy might be here. They may do a short kick. And they've got the ball laying on the turf. This is what I was saying. This may be a squibble kick, or they may try to do an onside kick or something crazy because they do not have the ball on the tee. And the refs are coming out.
Kilgore's
taking a timeout.
Yeah, I think whatever play they had called, they're taking it off. Coach Wood had something planned there.
Yeah, they it'll be interesting to see if they bring a tee back on the field because they literally laid the ball flat on the field.
Still laying there at the 40-yard line, Jeff. It's laying literally next to the tee.
Is the tee even out there?
There is a tee.
I don't think it is. I think that's the X. You're seeing the end of the X out there.
That may be.
Yeah,
that is correct.
There's no tee. And so this
now he's bringing a tee.
Okay.
Maybe he forgot the tee?
No,
I think that was something that was going to be.
They were going to do like an onside kick or a squib kick.
Coach Wood decided not to put that on film and to do something else there. The Buckeyes were ready for it. They didn't catch the Buckeyes sleeping on that by any means. Big number 0 Bell was out here ready to go, and number 13 Jeremiah Noble, just a sophomore, but some of the best hands on the team. That's 2 senior captains. That's 3 Arona and Bell 0 that are on this side to receive, and we're yelling it out.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen somebody try to kick a ball off the turf like that. That's interesting. So this will be interesting to see what they do here. Walking up short and going to kick it high. Just a normal pooch kick.
To Roe Llewellyn. Look out.
Yeah. 17-yard line.
Look out. Look out. Look out.
Down the sideline.
Look out.
He's going to take it all the way down to the 15, the goal line. Touchdown. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Unbelievable.
Whatever
they had a great angle on him, and he still got past him.
He just outran it.
I cannot believe the kicker had an easy angle and just missed the tackle.
All he had was air. Roe Llewellyn runs a 4-4, folks, and you just saw it right there because why on earth would you kick it to Roe Llewellyn?
Was this not the best 2 minutes and 12 seconds of your week? This was my favorite 2 minutes.
We still got 26 seconds left, Jeff. Don't spoil it for me yet.
This is unbelievable. Again, why I love this game.
That is just Roe Llewellyn being Roe Llewellyn, folks. That is just the senior saying, you kick it to me and you are going to pay the price. And boy, did Kilgore there.
First return of the season, and the kick is up and good. Listen, you'll get a kick out of this. I got a text tonight when I got to the game from Mike Ward, and it said, remember that we appreciate the work y'all do. It makes having to work a little easier. And then in parentheses, don't screw it up. Yeah.
He knows us well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he knows us. He's been listening for a long time, so he knows our routine. So, folks, just like that, Gilmer back on the scoreboard. 21-12 with 26 seconds left. We'll be right back.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
All right, so we are back here with 26 seconds left. We haven't even got 2 minutes and 12 seconds out. This has been a 25-minute, 2 minutes and 12 seconds. And not literally.
We have another special teams play coming again, Jeff. As Roe Llewellyn pulls an all-state, all-world Buckeye captain Roe Llewellyn and takes that kick return to the house.
All right, high pooch kick coming down to the right side. And he runs it up the middle, and luckily finally drug down from behind on the 50-yard line with 20 seconds left. So what in the world are they going to do here? You know they're going to be trying to get something done. That was number 20, Elias Castillo.
Well,
drug him down from behind.
If Coach Wood just takes a knee here, I may just send him the extra Chick-fil-A here upstairs over to the locker room and just let the coaches get a little reward. 20 seconds left in the first half that will not end.
Yeah.
But the Buckeyes so far behind the kickoff touchdown return by Roe Fluellen got a little break there. Let's see if Kilgore decides to go back to the air here.
Yeah, they're not going to go away quietly, I assure you. They're dropping back, looking to pass. Heavy pressure. They try to throw a screen. It falls incomplete. 16 seconds left on the clock.
That's a good call. With 2nd and 10 now, let's see if Coach Wood tries his luck again. As that was a very conservative call with a screen pass, trying to kind of keep his team in it with 50 yards. Two timeouts left by Kilgore with 16 seconds, Jeff. That's basically 2 plays here that they can run. Of course, if you're throwing the ball.
Yeah, if it's incomplete or they get out of bounds, they can stop the clock. 3 receivers wide right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. He's going to do nothing but block. And here's the snap. He fumbles the snap a little bit, picks it up, going to run it up midfield. Gets tackled after about a 3-yard gain.
And I bet
We're
Coach
down to
Wood
7
lets this run
seconds,
out.
6 seconds.
That's it.
Yeah, they're just going to let it. They're going to go to the house. That's the end of the first half, folks. Gilmer 21, Kilgore 12, but they have played a great football game tonight. The Buckeyes have been lucky on some good plays and some long runs, but I assure you, this is a long way from over. Kilgore will come out and make adjustments. So will Gilmer.
I want to nominate Daniel Fluellen for the MVP with the first half.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We'll be right back here with the Juicy's halftime show right after these messages.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
To another day. It's gonna be alright.
Braden Rash, senior, number 26, running back, linebacker.
Mike Colbert, senior, number 6, outside linebacker, running back.
Connor Dunn, senior, number 40, D-line.
Asher Haynes, senior, number 9, running back and outside linebacker.
Dylan Henson, senior, number 27, linebacker.
Braden Seymour, senior, number 77, center.
Chris Guillen, senior, number 19, QB.
Sergio, senior, number 60, O-line, D-line.
Zach Easley, number 12, senior, DB.
Braylon Ward, senior, number 44, D-line, tight end.
Ron Fluellen, senior, number 17, receiver and safety.
Tyson Wilson, senior, number 1, strong safety.
Kendall Jackson, senior, number 2, linebacker.
Omero Rona, senior, number 3, outside linebacker and fullback.
My name is Cade Bowman. I'm a senior, number 4, receiver and corner.
Seth Jordan, senior, number 5, D-line.
Kevion Brinkley, senior, 24, running back, outside linebacker.
Dustin Morrow, senior, number 32, D-line.
Tay Webb, senior, 33, D-line receiver.
Davey Branscombe, senior, 34, fullback and defensive lineman.
Landon Manning, senior, 72, offensive line.
Javarian Martin, senior, number 54, O-line D-line.
Elizabeth Posada, senior, number 70, O-line D-line.
Stone Bates, senior, 46, outside linebacker.
Jose Govea, senior, 84, kicker.
Aaron Bell, junior, number 0, middle linebacker and fullback.
Nathan Arias, junior, number 71, D-line.
Jaden Edmond, junior, number 18, quarterback.
Demarion Hackett, junior, number 21, inside receiver and corner.
Harrison Lofton, junior, number 16, quarterback, outside linebacker.
Cameron Brown, junior, number 50, D-line.
Cashin Mahoney, junior, number 68, O-line D-line.
Terry Tate, junior, number 7, wide receiver and safety.
Jerem Pilcher, junior, number 78, center.
Elias Castillo, junior, number 20, inside linebacker and fullback.
Connor Dodd, junior, number 14, wide receiver and safety.
Jamar Bird, junior, number 25, receiver and corner.
Dervay Smith, junior, 43, running back and outside linebacker.
Justin Jones, junior, number 47, outside receiver and outside linebacker.
Nick Zamaron, junior, 31, fullback and linebacker.
Riley Barnes, junior, number 64, O-line D-line.
Leno Diaz, junior, number 37, fullback middle linebacker.
Alex Isaida, junior, number 38, inside linebacker, fullback.
Kobe Webb, junior, number 45, receiver and corner.
Luke Holyfield, junior, 30, D-line fullback.
Andrew Davis, junior, number 83, wide receiver, D-line.
Sean Wallace, junior, 55, offense line, defense line.
Bentley Schreiner, junior, number 41, receiver and corner.
Jeremiah Noble, sophomore, number 13, wide receiver, outside linebacker.
Lucas Cano, sophomore, number 75, O-line D-line.
Brenner Webb, sophomore, 15, receiver, free safety.
Alex Sims, sophomore, number 29, outside linebacker, running back.
Caden Tennyson, sophomore, 11, quarterback.
Coach Kerry Lane, and I coach quarterbacks. Coach Clay Causey, inside receivers, inside linebackers, Bruce Junior High.
Coach Brody Lipsy, offensive coordinator.
Coach Markeithel and Tate, running backs.
Coach Blevin Burns, coaching the junior high fullbacks and outside linebackers and running backs.
Max Lowe, coach offense, defensive line at the junior high. Steve York, assistant athletic director. Coach Dylan Bowman, cornerbacks coach. Coach Daniel Dodd, I do inside linebackers.
Coach Parker, coach the outside linebackers. Coach Rob Dewar, athletic trainer.
Coach Daniel Grigsby, defensive line.
Coach Weston Griffiths, offensive line.
Coach Riley, secondary.
Coach Tommy Edwards, defensive coordinator.
Coach Schaefer, assistant O-line.
Coach Alan Metzel, and I'm the head coach and athletic director. Coach Randall Kennedy, I coach inside receivers. Coach Jaden Parrish, I coach fullbacks and tight ends.
Coach Olin Johnson, and I coach outside receivers.
Brad Britton, safeties.
Coach Todd Fenton, junior high.
And back here to Coach Jeff Traylor Stadium on the Juicy's halftime show, where your Gilmer Buckeyes lead the Kilgore Bulldogs 21-12 after a very exciting first half, capped off by a kickoff return for a touchdown in the last 2 minutes of the first half that saw basically the score go from 14-7 Gilmer to what is now 21-12. We had a safety, a field goal, and a touchdown all in the last 2 minutes of the first half. The Buckeyes fortunately getting the better of that exchange with 7 points on the board from 14, and Kilgore putting 5 points on the board from their 7 to give the Buckeyes now what is a 21-12 9-point halftime advantage. The Buckeyes will kick off to Kilgore to start the second half. Right now in the Juicy's halftime show, for a recap, we want to talk a little bit about the Buckeye preseason schedule. The Buckeyes have 2 big powerhouses next week against Paris, which is a 5A high school north of here, to come in for homecoming. And then the Buckeyes will travel to Lindale for a state-ranked team. Oddly enough, the Buckeyes, 3 out of the 4 first pre-district games for the Buckeyes are all against District of Doom opponents. That is the Chapel Hill Bulldogs that the Buckeyes defeated 51-25 last week. And then they've got the Kilgore Bulldogs here tonight. Those are probably 2 of the favorites. Lindale comes after that, with Paris for homecoming in the middle. So this Buckeye defense, with their hands full with larger opponents, with bigger schools, every school the Buckeyes play in the preseason, more than 1,000 kids in their enrollment, making them either Division IV 1A or 5A Division II, like the Paris Wildcats are. Nevertheless, the Buckeyes with a young team preparing for a district to kick off with the Pleasant Grove Hawks. The Buckeyes will have 2 weeks to prepare for them, with 2 open weeks, and then the rest of the district, which consists of Pittsburgh, Liberty Ilo, Pleasant Grove, and North Lamar. So the Buckeyes favored to win district once again, looming in now the 3rd or 4th round of the playoffs in the same region now. In Region 2 are the Carthage Bulldogs, which are leading at halftime 34-0 tonight over Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. Of course, they defeated Kilgore handily last week. We see a different Kilgore team here. Once again, on the Juicy's halftime show, we want to say thank you to our sponsor, Juicy's, which is in the process of building their new restaurant here in Gilmer. We are absolutely looking forward to having Juicy's here and in Gilmer. My diet is not looking forward to that, but my stomach is, as Juicy's Hamburgers will be located in Gilmer probably around Christmas time. We're looking forward to that. And also all of our sponsors, but our new sponsor, Salon de Soleil, that's out on Highway 300 to the right, beyond McWhorter Funeral Homes, that's out there on the right. They've got everything you need to look and feel your best. Salon de Soleil, we can look them up on the internet. We will have their commercials up for us next week and show all the wonderful things they have out there. So we will recognize a few of our great sponsors here and continue on the Juicy's halftime show right after these messages.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Welcome back to the Juicy's halftime show. As before the Buckeye Stars perform, we've got a special presentation on the field. We'll pitch it over to our field announcer and voice of the Buckeyes Stadium, Mr. DJ Bulls.
Annually select 4 to 5 student athletes from around the state to be spotlighted with its prestigious Unsung Hero Award presented by East Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. The award recognizes special young people who represent their team, school, family, and community in a way that truly sets them apart. Tonight, Dave Campbell Texas Football is here to celebrate one of those deserving young people, Gilmer's very own Caden Bledsoe. Support of Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, Caden Bledsoe will receive $500 in tuition assistance to the college of his choice and will be spotlighted later this year during the UIL State Football Championships in Arlington. Presenting the award on behalf of Dave Campbell's Texas Football is Texas Farm Bureau Agency Manager Michael Cross. Let's give them a hearty round of applause and congratulations again to Caden Bledsoe.
And congratulations to Caden Bledsoe as he receives his Dave Campbell Texas High School Football salute as a real difference maker. And let me tell you something, folks. That young man that you see down there has battled his short life and against a lot of things with the best attitude and the best heart that you ever want to be around. We absolutely love that kid. There is nothing that he can't do, and there is no effort that he won't give just to help out these Buckeyes. They are beloved to him, and he is beloved to his teammates, and he is a critical part of this program. Great pleasure to see him recognized there by Texas High School Football and Dave Campbell Magazine as the Stars come on the field, and we continue with our Juicy's halftime show.
Star of the week is Miss Carmela Rose. Stars perform all routine consulting John Crocodile Rock.
And back to the Juicy's halftime show. That's your award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Stars performing here for their first performance of the year at home, and gives way to the Sweepstakes award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Band under the direction of Mr. Eric Gray, assisted by Mr. Brandon Garman. And I tell you what, folks, there are no better extracurricular programs than those here in Gilmer, not just the football team, but also the music department, the Buckeye Band. This is, I think, the umpteenth year in a row that they have in pursuit of Sweepstakes awards, starting with their marching and the award-winning majorettes and drill team. So we'll pitch it back down here to the field to the Gilmer Buckeye majorettes and the Sweepstakes award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Band on the Juicy's halftime show. Chicago World's Fair March by Carl Mayer. And we're back here at the end of the Juicy's Hamburgers halftime show. 21-12 is your Buckeye lead over the Kilgore Bulldogs on an unbelievably exciting first half that saw really two teams kind of stalemate each other back and forth. And then the last 2 minutes, we had a safety, a field goal, and a touchdown in that order to bring the Buckeyes 14-7 lead with a minute and 57 seconds left in the first half to 21-12 by the time it was all over with. Now the Kilgore Bulldogs will receive to start the second half And the Gilmer Buckeyes will try to pick up where they left off. Number 17, Ro Fluellen, making his presence felt. Of course, folks, he is now coming into his senior year. He was the sophomore of the year in the state of Texas his sophomore year, committed to TCU, and Coach Malcolm Kelly there. By the way, I need to apologize. Coach Kurt Traylor of the University of Texas at San Antonio, along with the head coach Jeff Traylor, has sent me a reminder already saying, hey, the athletic director is Mike Wood at Kilgore. Coach Fuller is the head coach. Kurt, you've only been correcting me since the 5th grade, brother, and as usual, you are right. So kudos to you. I appreciate that catch. I'll try not to screw it up in the second half. Good luck to you and the runners tomorrow against the University of Houston. And we are pulling for our runners and Coach Traylor and Coach Turner and the rest of those Texas high school football coaches that are down in San Antonio. Really turned the program around the last couple of years. Won a conference championship, favored to win it this year again, but they are doing a Buckeye and punching above their weight class as they have this week the University of Houston ranked in the top 25 they're taking on. In San Antonio, they'll have the Dome rocking down there in San Antonio, and then they will proceed to the University of Texas and take on Coach Sark and the Texas Longhorns a little later here in September. So good luck to the Roadrunners, Coach Traylor. Jeff, go get them. Kurt, thanks for correcting me. And your Buckeyes lead 21-12 here as the kickoff for the second half starts off. Here's number 84 for the Buckeyes kicking off once again. And here's the kick. It is high, and it is going to be fielded by number 2 about his own 26-yard line. He jumps over one Buckeye, and he is tackled by Bell and a host of Buckeyes about the 32-yard line where the Kilgore Bulldogs will set up shop. 1st and 10 with pretty decent field position to start this second half. The Black Flag defense picking up where they left off. Tyson Wilson with a big interception at the 30, draws the flag for unsportsmanlike conduct and backs the Buckeyes up to the 15, which led to that Caden Tennyson safety, which really led to the last 2 minutes of just absolute chaos for both of these teams. And Kilgore behind Coach Fuller, Coach Wood is the athletic director, but Coach Fuller, who is the former defensive coordinator at Pleasant Grove, back in Buckeye Stadium and back into a locker room where he's trailing at halftime. He's done that a time or two in his career. See what this Black Flag does. Quarterback in the shotgun, 2 offside receivers to the left, offset back to the left. 21 Ross is going to get the handoff. He's going to plow ahead for about a 6-yard gain out to the 36-yard line where it's going to be 2nd down and 6. Ross, of course, the workhorse for the Kilgore Bulldogs in the first half, as he broke a couple of really big runs and then got a little bit dinged up there and was not in for most of the last drive for the Kilgore Bulldogs. 2nd and 6.
And here comes Kilgore. Just try to get something going. One back in the backfield. 2 men shift to the right side. They're going to hand off to the tailback to the right side, and he's going to get around the corner for a good 2, maybe 3 yards on that carry.
My goodness, the Buckeyes had him dead to rights, 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He breaks that tackle and turns the corner, but Tyson Wilson comes up and makes a really good, that's Cade Bowman that makes a sure tackle. Brings up 3rd and 4 and an opportunity for this Black Flag to get off the field and 3 and out Kilgore to start this second half, which would be huge. Let's see what Kilgore tries to do here. They're going to number 21. They're feeding the big dog, Jeff.
Yeah, they had some good luck in that first half on his legs, and they're gonna try it again. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Here's the snap. Fakes the hand up, pulls up and throws, and Wilson comes up, nearly makes an interception, but he does knock that ball away, and that's going to be called incomplete and bring up 4th and 4. So guess who goes to receive a punt? But
I will bet you my 3rd quarter popcorn that they don't kick it to number 17. I think Coach Fuller,
he's the only guy out there, so.
Yeah, thank you, Kurt Traylor, for correcting me. He's only been doing it since the 5th grade, Jeff, as our classmate Kurt Traylor is paying attention and setting me right from all the way from San Antonio.
All right, here comes the kick. It is a nice high punt, and it's going to take kind of a neutral bounce as it hits the ground. So that is going to be probably probably around the 32-yard line for the Buckeyes. Not bad field position. We'll certainly take 1st and 10 from the 33 is where they're going to spot it. But, Todd, I was out in the stands during halftime. We were talking about, man, what an exciting 2 minutes of football that last 2 minutes of the first half was.
We had a safety, a field goal, and a touchdown in literally 40 seconds.
Yeah, well, 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns and a safety and a field goal. Here's a handoff, and it is going to be nothing. The jet sweep has been sniffed out all night long. And we got nothing. That handoff was to number 22, Will Henderson.
Number 2
and we
for
actually
Kilgore.
lost 3 yards on the carry.
Those soft edges, Jeff, are gone. Number 2 for Kilgore and number 11, the outside linebackers, are charging upfield at the snap of every play and really just shutting down the corners and trying to funnel everything into those big tackles. That's a 3-yard loss to start this drive for the Buckeyes.
Well, it's a great defensive strategy
It is.
for where we
It is.
are.
From where they did,
And especially not having Ashton Haynes tonight, they're going to blow that dead. Yeah, they're shooting across and trying to take anything away from the corner, and they're daring you to run up the middle because their 2 best players on defense are are tackles. So
they wave the flag off and kill a play for no good reason. It is the they're asking for a reset to 40 seconds on the play clock, and we'll replay 2nd and 13. He had Ro Fluellen in motion there.
Now they're asking them to put it back at 25. All right, so here's the fake the handoff. They're going long down the sideline. Number 7, interference, looking for the flag.
And they got it.
They got it. Line judge said no. Back judge says, oh yeah, that's interference if I've ever seen it. So they were mixing it up back there, and if he hadn't mixed it up, that would have been a catch for big yards. But clearly Drew, I just run that all night long. He's going to pull that down half the time.
The linebackers are coming, Jeff, on every play, like we talked about, number 11 and number 2. They are pinching off the corners. They're shutting down the flats and daring the young sophomore, Caden Tennyson, to beat him with his arm. And that last drive of the first half, that's exactly what Caden did, with a strike to number 7 for a touchdown, Tarek Tate, and a big long gain to number 17, Ro Fluellen. And there's nobody scared as that 15-yard penalty brings the ball out to the 45, 1st and 10 Buckeyes. And Coach Metzel's known for taking what the defense gives him.
I'd do it again. I'd do it all night long. He's going to go up and get most of those, I'm going to tell you. We got one back in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. Will Henderson lowers his head and fighting, driving. Offensive line doing a good job helping, and they get it 5 yards out of what shouldn't have been 1. Got a big scrum in the middle of the field, and they're going to get at least 6 yards out of that, it looks like.
You know what the thing is I love most about Will Henderson is not only is he probably the fastest 16-year-old on the continent, but he is strong. He's a football player who runs track, not a track guy that plays football. And he showed it there, picks up 6 hard yards, brings up 2nd down and 4 for the Buckeyes.
2 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff once again up the middle. Will Henderson driving them legs. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. He was caught from behind immediately by number 11 and was trying to drag him along with him. Just not a lot there.
Yeah, they're attacking the interior now of the Kilgore defense with big number 24, and he is something now. He is a 4-star player for sure for Kilgore, Division I top player, and that's not the weakness of the Kilgore defense. Let's put it that way.
All right, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the snap. Dropping back, looking to pass, going long. Wide open, number 17. 1st down, plus about 15. And that is a big gain there. Rowan Fluellen on the reception for the Buckeyes. Ball's now going to be 1st and 10 from the Kilgore 35.
Yeah, Caden Tennyson taking the dare that Kilgore has given him and saying, look, I got number 17. I'll throw it out there. 1st down Buckeyes from the Kilgore 35.
All right, here's the snap. A handoff up the middle to 22 again, Will Henderson. Driving them legs, getting to the 30-yard line. You know, Will's not that big a guy.
He's so strong, Jeff.
But he drives
so
those legs forward.
You go look at him as a freshman in a tracksuit, and he does not look like a track sprinter. He looks like a football player. He's got muscles on his muscles, and boy, when he gets those legs driving, you see why he can move them so quickly. He is a strong, strong young man. 2nd down and 5 for the
Two
Buckeyes.
receivers wide right, one left. Will Henderson in the backfield. 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, here it is. Fumbles the ball, and Kilgore, I can't tell who got it. Caden was trying to scoop it in. Looks like they're going to let him keep it, but boy, that was close.
Yeah, Caden just fumbled that snap and turned 2nd and 5 into 3rd and 11.
I think that was going to be a bootleg.
Yeah, that was a zone read to the left-hand side, and he tried to hand it off before he caught it and just bobbled it, and brings up 3rd and 11. This is probably 4-down territory, Jeff. Half this 3rd quarter is gone already. The Buckeyes have huge momentum offensively, 21-12. Coach Metzel would dearly love to put points on the board here, but if they can cut this 3rd and 11 in half, look for them to go for it on 4th down.
All right, one back in the backfield. Again, it's Will Henderson, man in motion. Handoff up the middle, big hole, and he gets back to the 30-yard line, which was the last line of scrimmage, or close. So that's a gain of about 5 yards. And it's going to bring up 4th and 6.
And the offense is going to stay on the field, as we called it. 4th down and 5. As you see them run the ball there on 3rd down and 12, they're going to go for it on 4th down if they make any positive
Keep your eyes
yards.
on number 17, bottom right side of your screen. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, 1 back. Here's the snap. Pulls up, dumps it out to Brinkley, and he is met instantly by number 2 and dropped for a loss. What a great defensive play by Kilgore.
Yeah, I think we had him deep with Rose Llewellyn, who was by himself, and Caden just making a sophomore mistake. Didn't really read that play. He just threw it out into the flat, anticipating they were going to cover Rowe, and that read should have gone down the field, as Rowe had a shot at a touchdown on that play, but Caden just didn't see him. Turnover on downs
I
for
think
the Buckeyes.
that was the intended play. He never even checked off. I think that was a we're going to go for this.
Yeah, we just missed that one because Rowe was standing down there at the 10 by himself. 1st and 10 Kilgore as they turn over the Buckeyes on downs and have a chance to climb back in this game, their 2nd possession of this 2nd half.
Kilgore on their own 35-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Here's the snap. Handoff, number 21 to the right side. Got room to run. Kind of breaks free. Gets out, picks up about 7 yards on the carry. Going to bring up 2nd and 3 for Kilgore.
He set that trap play up well. Kendall Jackson came from all the way across from his linebacker position and made that tackle from behind to just hold him to an 8-yard gain or 7-yard gain. Otherwise, that might have been off to the races for number 21 Ross. Still dinged up from that little injury that he took at the end of the 1st half. Comes off the field here. And 2nd down and 3 is more like it for Kilgore. 5:25 left here in this 3rd quarter. This game way out of anywhere near being decided, Jeff. 21-12, Buckeyes lead.
All right, Kilgore sends 2 receivers wide left, 1 right to the right. Fumbles the ball a little bit, hands it off to 21, gets the 1st down plus about 5 extra. And that is across midfield to the 50. 1st and 10 from the 50.
That's a big run as Ross comes back into the game, and boy, is he the workhorse for the Kilgore Bulldogs. As 5 minutes now, this is a blazing 3rd quarter comparatively, Jeff. It's been almost a running clock as both teams have kind of kept it on the ground. 1st and 10 Kilgore. They got half a football field to go. See if the black flag can stop them here and get the ball back to the offense.
All right, 2 receivers left, 1 right, 1 back in the backfield. Handoff again up the middle, and they've got him this time. They're going to drop him for a loss. They're going to say maybe he got a yard of positive traction there, so they're going to say forward momentum got him to the 1-yard gain, so that's 2nd and 9.
Barely. Seth and Braylon did a job on that one as they met him in the hole and pushed him straight back as they high-five each other.
That offensive line doing a good job tonight for Kilgore.
They are good, Jeff.
It's not a bad line.
They are good.
They kind of favor the middle and the right side.
We got a stoppage. Kilgore's going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout here with them. 21-12, your Buckeyes lead. 3:56 left in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back.
When tragedy strikes, You don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Jeff, we're back here in the third quarter, and the Buckeyes lead 22-12. The players of the week for the Buckeyes, got a text from Coach Alan Metzel. Offensive scout team player is Nehemiah Henderson. Defensive scout team player is Jordan Escalante. Go Buckeyes. Appreciate those guys that make practice that's so important in between these games very realistic. And Jeff, the JV, Jordan Escalante, the quarterback on the JV team, and Jeremiah also playing on the JV. They won last night and beat Kilgore, and they played very, very well. The most impressive thing, Jeff, that I saw was that every single varsity coach was at the JV game, coaching just as hard as they would at the varsity level. It's why the Buckeyes are so good year in and year out. Also want to say a shout out to next week. Right here behind Jeff Traylor Stadium, we will have the Gilmer Buckeye barbecue team serving up their pork sandwiches, and I'll tell you what, folks, you better get here early because I might not leave you much.
Don't eat dinner before you come.
I will tear that up.
Come
I
and
guarantee
eat
you.
and support the Gilmer barbecue team.
Award-winning
Award-winning barbecue team. That's exactly right. 2nd and 9. Probably going to go to the air here. Pass wide open in the flats, and that's going to be a first down. Out wide to the right, number 4.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy pitch and catch for Zaylen Stoker out there in front of number 25 for the Buckeyes, Jamar Bird, who's really playing about 12, 13 yards off, and he just ran down the field and turned around right at the sticks. First down, Kilgore. That was a little bit too easy for the Bulldogs. 3:31 left here in the third quarter. Kilgore driving.
All right, tight package. They got one wide out on the short side of the field. Everybody else is in tight. Quarterback's under center. Handoff. Number 21, they got him. Loss of 2. They're going to say loss of 1.
Great job by Kendall Jackson right there. Boy, KJ just ate that up. He came straight through, kept that blocker on his inside shoulder, and just strung that out. He is so fast and so strong. Stops that for a 1-yard loss, and once again, Kilgore behind the chains now. Backs them up to their Buckeye 41-yard line. As the clock continues to run, it's been a fast third quarter, Jeff. The Buckeyes had their opportunities, but just a few negative plays really killed that drive, and the Buckeyes hoping for another negative play here to kill Kilgore's drive.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff up the middle, 21. And he gets back to maybe a couple yards on the gain. And it is going to be 3rd and 9 now. Ball's just across the 40-yard line to the 39 of Gilmer.
And this is a big down right here, Jeff, for that black flag as Seth comes off in his defensive tackle position.
2 minutes and 12 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 3rd and 9 from the Buckeye 39.
They're going to go to the air here, Jeff. Number 2, the receiver out to the right, is kind of one-on-one with Bird, who's giving that soft corner out there. Let's see if Kilgore is able to get something done through the air.
All right, here's the snap. Quarterback looking to pass.
Oh, God.
He's got a wide-open receiver. That's a touchdown. Wide open, no effort.
Bird, for whatever reason, thought that he was in zone coverage, and the defensive back ran, or the receiver just ran right by him. He just pulled up like he was going to play the chains, and the receiver kept running. That's about as easy a play as you can imagine, as that is a defensive bust in the secondary. And don't look now, but we got a 3-point game and an extra point left to come as Kilgore, on an easy pitch and catch touchdown, basically makes this a brand new ball game here with 1:46 left. We're going to have a barn burner of the fourth quarter, Jeff.
All right, here's the kick. It is up and right down the gut. And so Kilgore fighting their way back into this game. It is 21-19. Gilmer leads with 1:46 left to play. We'll be right back.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
Back to the action here, folks. 1:46 left and here in this third quarter. Kilgore, on just a flat fly route, runs right by the Buckeye defensive back and scores a touchdown that's really easy to bring the score to 21-19. And going into the fourth quarter, folks, this one is as tight as we've expected it. Number 17, Ro Fluellen, number 10, Hamilton, back deep for the Buckeyes. Up men are number 7, Eric Tate, and number 15, Brendan Webb. Let's see where Kilgore decides to go with this one, as special teams has already played a big role as it did last week in Chapel Hill. And like Chapel Hill, Jeff, we got a ball game going in the fourth quarter.
High, short kick. It's going to be a fair catch on the 32-yard line by number 4, Cade Bowman. So Buckeyes going to try to get out and spread the points a little bit. They need to drive down the field here with 1:45 left in the third and put some points on the board.
Yeah, I'd say, Jeff, that's pretty imperative now. Going into the fourth quarter, they had one drive that looked like it was starting out right for them earlier in the third quarter, and just some self-inflicted wounds gives the ball back to Kilgore in good field position. They pick up a couple of first downs and then hit the Buckeyes for a big play. We're due for a big play ourselves here.
Yeah, I'm still saying we start throwing it over to number 7. They're going to go up in the air. Number 17 on the catch. Across midfield to the 45 of Kilgore. Man, that was just a great route. Hard to defend, and it was very well thrown. That is just a super route right there. Run by number 17, Rowan Fluellen.
Yeah, and on the run, boy, Caden puts it right on the money, rolling out to his right.
Was perfectly executed play. And they're going to like what they see there on film tomorrow.
Once again, the young sophomore stepping up to the challenge, 1st and 10. Jeremiah Noble jumping up and down out there on the edge saying, what's the play?
Handoff up the middle, 22. Will Henderson, he's going to get about 4 yards on the carry, 2nd and 6.
Buckeyes keeping that Bulldog defense honest, but they have shown that they can move the ball in chunks when they go to the arm of Caden Tennyson. And again, pressure, pressure, pressure. Coach Fuller over there has really decided on the defensive side that the key to beating the Buckeyes is to go after the head of the snake and go after the young sophomore. But he's stepped up so far tonight, had some big help from his receivers as well.
All right, motion. Handoff again, Will, big hole, touchdown Buckeyes. They're headed to the house 10-5, and that was right up the gut. That's what they've been looking for all night. Once he hit that hole,
it's over.
It's over.
It's over. Let me tell you something, folks. We do not exaggerate when we say Will Henderson is most likely the fastest 16-year-old on this continent. He ran a 10.37 this last year, finished 2nd in the state as a sophomore. Now as a junior, he's probably favored to win that title the next 2 years. First touchdown of the year for Will Henderson. Probably won't be the last.
Kick is up.
And good.
It's good.
Buckeyes answer, Jeff. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. They're taking a 28-19 9-point lead into the fourth quarter. We'll be right back after these messages.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We're conveniently located on Highway 271 and Rebud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all the teachers, administrators, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We'd also like to wish all the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
All right, we're back at Jeff Traylor Stadium. Gilmer Buckeyes just scored with 59 seconds left to play in the third quarter. It is now 28-19. The Buckeyes set to kick off.
Jeff, a couple of hearty congratulations to a couple of former Buckeyes and state champions. We'll shout out after this kickoff.
High pooch kick to the right side, going to be fielded at the 23-yard line. He's got a gap up the middle, bounces outside. He's going to take it all the way back. Blown seam, and he's going to take it all the way home. Touchdown, Kilgore.
Well, I tell you what, folks, don't leave early because the last minute of each quarter here are barn burners as the Buckeyes have one broken by Will Henderson, take a 9-point lead. Kilgore does what the Buckeyes did last week against Chapel Hill and bring the ensuing kickoff back for a touchdown. As that's a special teams miss there by the Buckeyes. Extra point left to come as Kilgore brings it back to a 28-25 lead with extra point left to come.
All right, so Buckeyes lining up to defend the extra point attempt. With 3 seconds clicked off the clock, they are back in the game, and the extra point's up and good. So, man, you said it, Todd. The last few seconds of every quarter has been kind of exciting. We'll be right back.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
Well, Jeff, the last minute of every quarter is dramatic. We're still not out of it. 46 seconds left. 28-26 now, Buckeyes lead. And Ro Fluellen goes back and says, oh yeah? Kick it to me. Let's see what happens. Want to send that special shout out to a couple of ex-Buckeyes, former Buckeyes. You're never an ex-Buckeye, Jeff. But congratulations to Chris Boyd, who made the roster once again for the Minnesota Vikings. His teammate for the 2014 state championship Buckeyes, Mr. Blake Lynch, Baylor Bear, was his teammate in Minnesota. They let him go, but he is now signed with the San Francisco 49ers, and he's now teammates with Big Cat Trent Williams out there, who's big brother in San Francisco, keeping an eye on Blake. Appreciate you, Trent. If you're listening there tonight, Mr. Beast Texas Longview Lobo, Oklahoma Sooner, and teammate and friend of a lot of Gilmer Buckeyes. And congratulations to both those guys. Will be making their living on Sunday once again this year.
All right, here comes the kickoff. It is a long, high kick. It's going to be fielded on the 5-yard line. Hamilton, number 10, and he gets a good return up to the left sideline, all the way out past the 35-yard line. And that is just a really good return by number 10, Hamilton, for the Buckeyes.
They didn't kick it to Rowe.
Well,
Smart coaching.
Hamilton showing he's got some legs too. He can get upfield.
Once again, here comes the sophomore Caden Tennyson leading the Buckeyes. We're seeing what is the problem now with the referee trying to reset the play clock. Usually not a problem with the Buckeyes. 36 seconds left to play here in this third quarter.
All right, two receivers to the right, one to the left. Here's the snap. Looking to pass. They're launching one down the sideline. Number 10, Hamilton almost. He drew the pass interference, but he really nearly reeled that in. And that's another fly route down the right side that you saw Tate earlier draw the penalty on. Uncle Rob thinks it might be offensive pass interference.
The defensive back, Jeff, is down. They're not going to call the penalty until that young man is tended to.
And they're going to take care of him. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve, with the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small. From business financing for big companies and small mom and pops to our family of personal banking customers. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better. And we think that's kind of a big deal.
All right,
Jeff, unfortunately, Coach Rob was right. That was pass interference against number 10, Hamilton. Will put the Buckeyes all the way back to their own 20. First down and 25 now. Buckeye offense with 27 seconds left put themselves kind of right back in the hole. But with these big plays, defensive back number 8 comes out of the game after drawing that flag on the Buckeyes.
Well, Tate is back in on this right side right here. I'd run the same play with Tate. And they are. They're coming down the sideline with Tate. And he caught it. And he's trying to get in the end zone to the 15, 10, 9. What a catch. That's what I've been saying. I'd throw it there all night long. Literally one-on-one. Put Tate out there one-on-one. He's going to come down with it the majority of the time. And I love that Coach Metzel came out and ran the same play.
But Jeff, still 14 seconds left in the third quarter.
It was first and 25,
Jeff,
I think.
we may have 21 points scored in the last minute of this quarter.
Yeah, handoff up the middle to Will Henderson. He's driving forward in that scrum once again. Maybe good for about 4.
And mercifully, that is the end of the third quarter. 28-26, Buckeyes driving after that long pass play to Tarek Tate from Caden Tennyson. We'll be right back after these messages with the fourth quarter.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzy and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
All right, it's going to be 2nd and 8. 2nd and goal from the 8. So the Buckeyes have to get it in the end zone. They've got 3 attempts to get it in there.
Jeff, it took 40 minutes for us to play 11 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
And it took us another 25 minutes to go through the last minute and 6 seconds. As the Buckeyes get down inside the 10-yard line, 2nd and goal now. Let's see if the Buckeyes can get this to pay dirt.
All right, here's the snap. They hand off to Henderson again. Henderson driving forward, gets down inside the 5 to about the 3. And they are just kind of driving it right up the middle, right in front of those big tackles.
3rd and goal, Jeff.
Let's give the offensive line a shout out tonight. They're doing pretty good up the middle.
Yeah, Big Zero goes into the game as the fullback to see if they don't run right behind him.
Okay, hand off to Henderson. And he gets right at the goal line. And he is maybe like on the 1-foot line. And that is going to bring up 4th and inches probably.
Now you're putting Big Braylon Ward into the game. And he's going to come in at the fullback slot. And this is going to be the power package right here, Jeff. 4th down and inches at the goal line.
They've actually been running him kind of like a tight end, believe it or not.
But Jeff, he can catch the ball.
Yes, he can.
Watch for maybe a little fake rollout here.
Wouldn't that be something? They have practiced that.
They absolutely have.
Wouldn't that be great if he released and caught a touchdown pass? 4th and inches. Handoff up the middle. Touchdown.
Buckeyes. Will Henderson with his 2nd varsity touchdown, his 2nd one of the 2nd drive in a row here. brings the Buckeye lead back out to 8 points as the Buckeye offense once again answers that kickoff return for a touchdown. And what a character-building drive for these young Buckeyes offensively, especially Caden Tennyson, the quarterback, and 22, Will Henderson, who, while the Buckeyes are being careful with Ashton Haynes not dressed out tonight, they absolutely answer the bell here. These young Buckeyes, so proud of them as they go down the field and score from 80 yards out, making this 34-26 with the extra point left to come.
Yeah, and let's hand it to the offensive line on that last drive. And the extra point is good. They were mixing it up with a very large defensive line over there and getting a lot of yardage up the middle. So good job on the offensive line there. We'll be right back.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams, lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
All right, we're back here in Jeff Traylor Stadium. And this time, Amiro Arona is set to kick off. And an onside kick. And they call for a fair catch. And they're going to get it on the 50-yard line. I didn't see that coming.
That kind of went to nowhere. I didn't expect Arona to be the onside kick kicker, and I'm not sure that he didn't just pooch that kick, Jeff.
No, he just walked up to it real slow. He didn't act like he was trying to kick that deep. He took a real short approach to the ball. So when I saw him coming up to it in slow-mo, I thought this might be an onside kick.
Well, they certainly didn't catch Kilgore asleep, as that ball hung so long up in the air that plenty of Buckeyes got to it, but
yeah, it didn't go 10 yards, I think they're saying. So Kilgore are going to get really good field position here.
They're going to get the ball in midfield regardless. 1st and 10, so they got half the battle won already before they even get started. 10:44 left. You got to hand it to Kilgore, Jeff, as they have certainly come out. They're not going to call a 5-yard penalty on top of that and give them the ball at the 45.
So they've got great field position. 1st and 10 from the Buckeye 45. 10:44 left to play in this game. Handoff up the middle. Buckeyes swarming him. They nail him at the. They pretty much shut him down.
Yeah,
Braylon Ward was on the bottom of that pile, but there were several of them that hit him.
He grabbed him before he got started, and this is just the depth. And you see, how many players did we play last week on defense? 35, and played 25 on offense. Jeff, that's incredible. And using all the depth of a high school that's got 740 kids against Chapel Hill with 1,300 kids. Kilgore's got almost 1,200 kids, and yet all the depth is on the side of the Buckeyes. Just amazing from a program standpoint how these guys coach and develop our young players.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff, 21, bounces out to the left side, and he has got room to run. He's going to get a 1st down, runs out of bounds. Nice run there. He likes bouncing out to that left side. He's had a lot of good luck out there tonight. That was a 13-yard pickup.
Yeah, they'll see it on film, Jeff, and Coach Tommy Edwards will make adjustments with Coach Daniel Dodd. But number 2, Kendall Jackson just gets caught up in behind that tackle and can't get outside when the back bounces outside. And once again, that's the 3rd or 4th time that he's done it tonight for big yards before anybody in a black jersey even touches him. 1st and 10, Kilgore on the march once again, 9:54 left, trailing by 9 points.
All right, quarterback's under center, hands off, 21, up the middle, and he's got some yardage there. as the offensive line does a good job of moving the defensive line back. That's a gain of about 4 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
So positive yards and running the clock. 9:40 left to play in this game. Buckeyes lead by 9, but Kilgore once again is kind of going haymaker for haymaker, blow for blow as they embark on their own drive now. 2nd and 5 from inside the Buckeye 30-yard line.
All right, they're lining up in an I formation. Quarterback is going under center. He stumbles, falls down on the ground, trips over his guard coming backwards, and that is going to be a loss of a couple of yards and bring up 3rd down.
Jeff, that was going to be a play-action pass that didn't fool the Buckeyes as number 17, Roe Llewellyn, had that tight end covered. But as you said, the guard stepped backwards in pass protection, and the quarterback was under center. So he stepped right on his quarterback's foot and tackled him for a 4-yard loss. 3rd down and 9 now, back almost to the 35-yard line.
All right, they're going back into a shotgun here. This is going to be a pass play. Number 1, number 2, wide to the right out here. Fumble! And the Buckeyes got it. Buckeyes recover the fumble as Kilgore really struggling. Looks like number 50 for the Buckeyes picked it up. That was Cameron Brown.
What a play. What a play, Jeff. They had 2nd and 5 from inside the Buckeye 30, went backwards with a sack of themselves, and then their center exchange once again fails, and the Buckeyes turn it over. And that may be all the Buckeyes need to start putting nails in this coffin if we can drive down and score right here. 8:38 left in this game. Buckeyes lead by 9. Got the ball back.
All right, here's the snap. Look at the pass. Got Rowan Llewellyn on an out route, and Rowan just getting extra yardage. Got 10 extra yards when he should have been knocked down. He had 3 people to get through, and picks up some yardage, gets up limping. He'll walk that one off. But that puts us all the way out to the 44-yard line of Kilgore. That was a big gain.
Kilgore defensive back down with a cramp here, Jeff. Injury timeout as Rowe makes that big catch. And let me tell you, that's a big-time throw by the young sophomore. Caden has an arm, for sure. More importantly, Caden's got this guy named Stump Godfrey that's been working with him since the 8th grade. And he gets better and better and better as time goes by. Coach Kerry Lane back in Gilmer, of course, coaching the quarterbacks, but Stump in that quarterback room every day with them. That is such a huge help as he kind of mentored the future UTSA Roadrunner Brandon Tennyson, big brother, who will be heading down to San Antonio here shortly. But Caden's already been offered by UTSA, and as a quarterback, he is really making strides forward. This is only his 2nd start, and Jeff, he probably threw for 140 yards in the 3rd quarter, 2 touchdowns, and he's got him now inside Kilgore territory at their 44 as the Kilgore defensive back gets up with a cramp. Last time this happened, boy, Stump in the press box, and Coach Lipsy up here went straight after that corner. Let's see if the Buckeyes come out and do the exact same thing. 1st and 10 here. Number 14 for Kilgore comes in.
Yeah, number
Guess
1.
Who's lurking down here at the bottom of your screen? Number 7, once again, already set up.
He may get some exercise right here.
Yeah, boy.
He's coming in, and he's a big, athletic-looking guy, but we may be see what he's made of right here.
Well, he may be the backup for a reason, but he is, I think, about to get tested. It's 1st and 10 Buckeyes from the Kilgore 44.
Yeah, and he's playing him man-to-man, 3 yards off the line. Here's the snap, and they're doing it again. That's maybe overthrown. Oh, cool. Yeah, intercepted. That ball was just overthrown. It was like a big punt, basically down to the 3-yard line. Caden just kind of lined up and just threw that one. It really, he threw it early.
Yeah, he didn't throw it outside.
Yeah, he threw that inside about 10 yards. So instead of a fly route,
Eric got an inside release, or excuse me, an outside release, but Caden threw that ball as if it was an inside release. He threw it to the G down on the goal line instead of throwing it to the pylon. Now let's see if the fates and the football fates play in favor of the Buckeyes now as Kilgore is backed up at their own 2-yard line. Boy, wouldn't the safety be nice here from the Buckeyes side with 8:15 left in this 4th quarter. and a game that seemingly is not short on drama as the momentum swings back and forth. The Black Flags got Kilgore pinned back late in this fourth quarter at their own 2-yard line, trying to make a stand right here.
Quarterback standing in his own end zone in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Hands off to 21. And look at this. They may get a safety. They're going to say he got out to the 1. They drove him back into the end zone, but it was a loss of a yard. As it was on the 2, now it's on the 1.
Here's the problem if you're Coach Fuller now. You're on the 1-yard line. You really don't want to throw a pass. You really got to get some
You hope to run it out of there, but you don't want the safety either.
And Braylon Ward and these Buckeyes have their ears laid back, and they are coming right now. Coach Tommy Edwards knows that they got him backed up.
Yeah, they smell blood in the water.
I'm telling you, Jeff.
I hate being pinned back on the 1 or 2.
Boy, it's terrible.
It's a terrible
Just
spot
the
to be.
littlest thing may cause a big problem.
All right, they're going under center, so it's going to be that tailback right over the center. Lining up in the I formation. They hand it to the tailback. They got him at safety.
That is a safety. No, they're going to call him down on the 1-foot line.
Oh, you got to be kidding
My
me.
gracious.
That's hilarious. Yeah, these guys are, I thought that was a safety for sure. They're literally giving it to him at the goal line. I mean, on the line. How would you like to be 3rd and 99.5?
Well, it doesn't get any further. It can be 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, but there is no further that you have to go on a football field than where the Kilgore Bulldogs find themselves right now, and it's just 3rd down. So,
and the Buckeyes have got some momentum here. They're feeling good down there.
They got to lay their ears back, and Braylon Ward's got to make a play right here. That 2 points back would be very, very nice for the Buckeyes.
All right, let's see what they do here. 3rd and 12 from the half-yard line. They hand off again, and this is a safety.
That has got to be a safety, Jeff.
If they don't call a safety here, I'm going to leave the booth. There it is, safety.
There's the 2 points back for the Buckeyes as the Black Flag bows their neck here in the fourth quarter, and they get their 2 points back, 37-26. This goes to an 11-point lead, and now the Kilgore Bulldogs are going to have to punt from kick from their own 20 to the Buckeye offense and give the ball right back to the Buckeyes. What a huge stand there by the Buckeye defense with 6:26 left to go in this game, 37-26.
Oh, that's a lot of fun.
3 times in a row, Jeff, they ran the same play. 3 times in a row they went backwards halfway to the goal line, and they finally got them on 3rd down.
Yeah, they started on the 2, then they went to the 1, then they went to the half-foot line or half-yard line, and then in the end zone.
Credit Caden Tennyson with the best punt of the night for the Buckeyes. The interception at the 2 turns into 2 points for the Buckeyes that they get back. He makes amends in a very awkward way for his 2-point safety.
And that was important because
now
we're looking at an 11-point game. So you got 2 scores now. You got to have 2 scores.
Yeah, no matter what,
that's got to be 2
twice.
touchdowns.
That's right. That's right.
Can't do a field goal. You got to have 2 touchdowns.
And you got to kick it as deep as you can from the 20. You can't pooch kick it. You give the Buckeyes the ball at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Buckeyes are going to have good field position here no matter what.
Well, they kick it to 17, and they may not have field position at all for very long because Roe Llewellyn will take it to the house. To Eric Tate back there, he knows what to do with it too. Roe's switching sides while the kicker's back's turned.
Yeah, he's lining up. They did switch sides. He's a left-footed kicker. All right, here is the kickoff. It is a short pooch kick, fair catch on the Kilgore 45-yard line. Wow, that is a terrible kick. I mean, why would you call that?
Well,
you're going to give the Buckeyes the ball on the 45-yard line, your own 45-yard line?
Let me tell you, if I'm Coach Fuller, I'll do that before I kick it to number 17.
I'm going to kick a swib kick down the middle,
and hope for the best.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of with you, but right now you kind of pick your poison, and Caden gets another opportunity from right where he threw that last interception.
Oh, they're
2
fixing to
points
score
later.
again. They're going to run. They're mad that they missed the number 7 over here touchdown. They're going to try to run that again. They're going to run that fly first down.
Yeah, timeout, Kilgore. 6:26 left. Buckeyes lead by 11. 37-26. We'll be right back.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Kilgore's tired.
Yeah, Kilgore is tired. It's 6:26 left to play in the fourth quarter. The momentum's on the Buckeyes' side. It's 37-26, so it's a two-score ball game, and the Buckeyes have incredible field position, 1st and 10 from the Kilgore 45. So don't just watch this fly route again. They're going to run. I would do it in a heartbeat. They're going to hand off to Will Henderson up the middle. Look at Will just fighting for yards. As he gets 7 good yards on a great run, they're going to start trying to just eat clock.
Yeah. Hand it to Will. And I tell you what, he's toted the load tonight, minus Ashton Haynes, probably the most gifted runner for the Buckeyes since probably Gus Johnson, who is the rushing leader for Stephen F. Austin State University in school history, and NFL veteran Gus Johnson. And I tell you what, Ashton's that good, but the speedster, young Will Henderson, has shouldered the load and done an excellent job tonight.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff once again. Look at Will getting in behind his offensive line and getting the first down plus about 7 yards.
He's a beast.
Yeah, it's a good run. And he was patient right there. Got in behind his blockers.
So if you're blocking for Will, you better be a fast offensive lineman because he will be in your numbers in about a heartbeat.
All right, look over here at number 7, wide by himself out here to the left side. Tate by himself. They're going to hand off to Will once again. He's looking for room. Not much there. Maybe picked up a couple.
Trying to read those blocks. Man, when you got that much speed, you never feel like that you're out of position as long as you're on your feet. Still manages to pick up 2, and I promise you, he stood there behind the offensive line for maybe a full 2 seconds waiting for a block to emerge. 2nd and 8 for the Buckeyes.
All right, here's the snap. Handoff once again. Will Henderson, left side, trying to get outside, lowers his head, and picks up another couple of yards, running hard. And so that's going to be a gain of about 4. We're going to call that gain 3, 3rd and 5 for the Buckeyes. Ball's on the 23-yard line.
You
with
think this 4 down territory, Jeff, big number 0 coming into the game at the up back position.
Yeah, he's playing fullback here. He's
Power
got some hands too. They can throw to him when they want to. Here's the snap. Keeper, quarterback keeper, left side, Caden Tennyson. And Caden runs out of bounds.
First down, Buckeyes.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, he got to the 17-yard line. That's a first down. That's absolutely a first down.
If he's at the 17, that's a first down. Yeah, they're moving the chains. First down, Buckeyes. We haven't seen near as many of those as I would be running.
Yeah, because folks, Caden Tennyson can run too.
He runs angry.
Yeah, and he can scoot. As Kevion Brinkley in it.
He's as good as anybody around a corner, I'm going to tell you. Here's the snap. Hand off to Will. Will bouncing out to the left side. Great defensive play there by the Kilgore Bulldogs, number 11.
Yeah,
he's played a good game tonight.
Yeah, that's Brinkley on the carry, Jeff.
Oh, that was Brinkley.
He's come in to spell Will Henderson, who really took him down here this far. 3:54, under 4 minutes left to play. Buckeyes nursing an 11-point lead. And Coach Metzel very happy there just to run the clock and run the ball.
Yeah, they're trying to run some clock out of here. 3:39 left to play in this game. 2 receivers wide right, 1 to the left, 1 back in the backfield. It is Brinkley. Here's the snap. Handoff to Brinkley. Bounces out right side. And he is just going to be maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Back in comes Will at 3rd down and 11, Jeff. And with 3:25 and an 11-point lead here, Coach Metzel's got a choice to make with 30 seconds on the play clock. This will click down to about 2:40 before the Buckeyes snap the ball. If they run the ball here, look for them at an 11-point lead probably kick the field goal and get a 14-point lead to stretch out this game. But I would dare say that he's going to take a timeout here to click this all the way down and try to get the right play call in.
He's going to take this all the way down to a couple of seconds on the play clock. That'll take us down to about 2:47, and they're going to call a timeout with 2:47, and we're going to call a timeout. We'll be back in a moment.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
All right, we're back, and we're about to run this play. This is 3rd and 11 for the Buckeyes. They send 22. Keeper up the middle. Not going to get much out of it, but they are going to eat some clock. He gets into it's the first time we've seen that quarterback draw tonight.
We'll run it all the way down, call a timeout, and kick a field goal. Jeff.
Yeah, they ran it right up the middle, and they just want to eat some clock. And they're going to let it run all the way down as far as they can. Just eat up time.
Can't afford to get this blocked.
This is about time management right here. You just want to make sure this doesn't get blocked and returned. There's the snap. Kick is up. Look at this.
It's
right down the gut. And that is going to put this game probably
and
away.
a flag, Jeff.
Got a flag. Did they hit the kicker?
And running into the kicker is going to give the Buckeyes a first down. If this is roughing the kicker, this will be a first down Buckeyes. If it's running into the kicker, that's going to be a first down Buckeyes, Jeff.
Yep.
You never take points off the board. In this case,
Personal foul, 15 yards.
Wow, what a break there for the Buckeyes. So that is going to be a first down, and I'm talking about close to the goal line, the 8-yard line.
Well, Will Henderson may get his 3rd touchdown of the night, as we're just going to run it straight ahead until the clock runs out or until Will Henderson runs out of field. As under 2 minutes now left to play, Buckeyes lead by 11, knocking on the door. We're going to hand it to 22 and see what happens right here, Jeff.
Yeah, they'll definitely keep it on the ground. We're not going to see the ball in the air anymore tonight. There's a handoff. 22 on the carry. He gets maybe a yard. And there's going to be a lot of dead air time here because they're going to let this clock run way down.
Under 2 minutes, I would say, Jeff, that with this second down, you're going to have to go ahead and run that play again.
Well, they'll probably go one more play and they'll go into victory.
Victory formation, that's right. If we score here on this one, we score. If we don't, I think it's victory. 20 seconds left on the play clock. We'll be down under a minute. And then it will be 3rd down, which basically means you can run the clock out if that's what Coach Fuller decides to do. The Buckeyes will run another play here.
Here's a snap, handoff to Will up the middle, inside the 5-yard line. And that's going to be 1 minute and 8 seconds left on the clock. Homecoming next week.
Next week, Paris Wildcats come to town. 5A school from up north makes the long trek down to Upshur County. And, Jeff, I tell you, I still got bad taste in my mouth from that holding call that didn't give us an automatic first down a couple of years ago in Paris. I'll never forget that. I don't know what rules of football we were playing up there in Paris, but I know that I'm glad we're playing down here and don't have to go all the way to Paris.
They're actually lining up here to run a play. This is going to be a bootleg. And Caden is going to take this down to inside about the 3. Flag on the play. Got a flag on the play as Caden gets down to about the 1-yard line. Good game tonight by Kilgore. 37-26. They played a tough game tonight.
They got a tough district, Jeff. They are a tough team, a tough program. They got tough kids. And they once again just didn't have everything all kind of put together.
Yeah, they're going to wave the flag off. What? Waving it off. And Buckeyes with 26 seconds left. Let's see here. I'm not sure what they're doing. Is this a ref timeout?
Once again, a ref timeout.
Yeah, he's going to tell us what's up.
Please reset 27. Thank you.
Reset the game clock to 27.
It is 27, Jeff.
25. Play clock 25.
25.
They're going to force the Buckeyes to run the last play. They've got it 3rd down marked on the field, 3rd down and goal from the 1. So Coach Metzel's trying to figure out, how can I run the clock out and just run this clock out? So he's going to call timeout, and Coach Metzel's going to figure it out and basically say, look, guys, go to victory formation, kneel down, and we're not going to try to score on the last play of the game here. That's classy from Coach Metzel and these Buckeyes.
Yeah, this is what aggravates me about Coach Metzel. This classiness is just
unnerving.
This is the pastor side of him. You know, he pastors a church, and this is that Christian side coming out that I love about him and also find so annoying during football games.
You can ask him about it on the coach's show, Jeff.
Yeah, I will. I will definitely. In fact, we're going to select this as one of the plays to review.
Of the victory
like right
formation.
here, Coach. Tell me what you were thinking right here when we were on the 1, and could have added to our stats, and you went into class mode and did a victory formation.
Well, I'll tell you this. I asked one time Jeff Traylor, hey, what's your favorite offensive play? And he said, without hesitation, victory formation, because nothing bad happens after that. Once you hear the whistle blow after a victory formation, nothing bad's going to happen. And in this case, now down to 22 seconds on the play clock. So we are going to take victory formation, and we will take a victory 37-26, hard fought against these Kilgore Bulldogs. Jeff, it's exactly what we expected. And the Buckeyes start the season 2-0, which is an accomplishment given the Chapel Hill Bulldogs and then these Kilgore Bulldogs, everybody being healthy. Once again, we got another whistle here. Timeout for Gilmer, bringing his kids back onto the field. Now it's 4th down and 1. Again, it's not 3rd down and 1. So you can't necessarily down the ball, because if you just take victory formation, which Coach Metzel wanted to do, and now he's going to jog out a different team.
There's 22 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing here, but we're going to take a quick commercial. We'll be back for the conclusion of this game.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching.
Well, we're back again, and the field goal team is on the field. So I'm not sure if they're gonna wait till the play clock gets down pretty low, and they're gonna kick a field goal.
And it's good. So the Buckeyes put 40 points on the Kilgore Bulldogs. And Jeff, once again, Joe Dodd is correct. You scored 35 points as a Gilmer Buckeye. You pretty much automatically put a W on the scoreboard. They're going to tonight with 18 seconds left. We'll be right back with a word from our sponsors and into this game.
With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We're conveniently located on Highway 271 and Rebud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all the teachers, administrators, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We'd also like to wish all the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
All right, we're back for the conclusion of this game. We had 18 seconds. Boy, every quarter of this ball game was, the last few minutes was a long.
The last minute of every quarter was long.
Yeah.
We had a third quarter, Jeff, that it took us just as much time to play 11 minutes as it did to play the last minute of the quarter. What a job by the Black Flag tonight, Jeff, coming up with the big turnovers, putting 2 points on the board with that big goal line stuff themselves on the opposite goal line, and putting 40 on the board for this Buckeye offense against a really, really good Kilgore team, Jeff. They're a good team.
Yeah, Kilgore, they're a very good team. We came out on top tonight, but you can't take a thing away from Kilgore. They're going to do quite well this year, I'm sure. They hand off number 22 around the left side. And
we tackle him out of bounds.
Unfortunately, he runs out of bounds around. They're just letting the clock run. They're gonna finish this game here. Let it go. And that is the end of the game. Buckeyes win 40-26 over a very talented Kilgore Bulldog team. Next week, we'll take on the Paris Wildcats here in Buckeye Stadium, Jeff Traylor Stadium, rather,
Speaking
for
of which,
homecoming.
Jeff, let's wish those UTSA Roadrunners tomorrow good luck against the Houston Cougars, top ranked, as Coach Traylor and Coach Kurt Traylor and Coach Turner down there at UTSA are pulling a Buckeye scheduling. They got the Houston Cougars and the Texas Longhorns out of 2 of the first 3 weeks of their season. So let's pull for the Roadrunners. Take it one game at a time, boys, and go get them tomorrow.
They'll win them both.
We'll be pulling for you. And go Buckeyes 2-0 to start this season. Can't ask for anything better than that. I'm Todd Robinson with the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash. Wishing you good luck. Buckeyes win 40-26. Enjoy this Labor Day holiday. Be safe out there, folks. And we will see you next week for homecoming against the Paris Wildcats right back here in Jeff Traylor Stadium in Gilmer. We'll see you then, folks. Good night.